a lot, and then when it's, the fifth inning or the sixth inning, I still feel pretty good, can run down, do a few things and be ready to go. It's just a mindset thing too. Like, I'm just going to go in there and do my job and do my 1/9, as Coach Heller always says, and just try to do whatever I can to help us win. So,
are you a 5 minute to get warm guy, or you're like a 30-minute?
Not 30 minutes, that's for sure. I'm probably in the 5 to 10 minute range. If they need something quick, I like to think that I could just be a guy they could rely on, to go to very quickly. So try to make it as quick as I can. That's about it.
So outside of baseball, what's Caleb do for fun?
Yeah, I've got a nice girlfriend and dog at home that I just kind of hang out with, and it's been nice to have them around in Iowa City now this year for the first time, really, and watching sports and kind of hanging out with friends, hanging out with them. Whether it's playing video games some nights or, just hanging out, watching sports. I like kind of mix around here and there.
So bouncing back to kind of your experience here and kind of the veteran presence. So, we're end of March. You're a couple months, maybe 2.5 months away from end of the season. Does that give any other urgency, or does that give any other experience?
A little bit. It's kind of just more of like a thing that I remind myself just to like play free, because you never know when it's going to be your last chance, or even, an opportunity that takes you somewhere you never thought you'd be. I'm very grateful to be here. I never thought even, 2 years ago or a year and a half ago that I'd be in this position. So it's a blessing, and just kind of remind everybody of that too. Like, even for the young guys, they're going to have a million more chances. So it's like, just don't put so much pressure on each opportunity, and just kind of go out there and do your thing. And then if it goes well, great. If it goes not so well, then just let it go. It's kind of a never too high, never too low type of mentality. And I think we've got a good team, and we're figuring things out right now, which is great. Last year was a little bit different with that team, which is like, it's honestly, it's great to learn or be around both experiences, just because it's something that you have to deal with in life, whether you're, the favorite or you're the underdog. So it's neat.
So what, will you try to play any baseball after? You got a major that you're going to chase?
I think right now the goal is to play baseball. I'm really focused on this year, just because I think that being focused on this stuff and the things I can control right now are going to be the most important, even after the season, right? So as many opportunities as I get, just trying to maximize the most out of those, and maybe show something. You hear about a lot of stories now, people that happen to make it, and they just kept sticking with it. So I think right now that's probably my plan, but you never know. I can get a job sometime too, I think.
That sounds great. Better let you go start getting activated, but I appreciate your time.
No problem. Yeah, thank you, John.
Caleb Strack, Hawkeye reliever. We'll be right back. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
The Burger Shed is a burger lover's dream come true. Our handcrafted burgers are made with a signature blend of certified Angus beef and smoky brisket, served with house-made pickles. But if you're looking for something other than a burger, don't you worry. We've got that too. Check out our wide variety of shed sandwiches, salads, and real ice cream shakes. Burgers, beers, and a bunch of BS. Burger Shed, Bass Pro Drive in Altoona.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why the Midwest gets Honda. Dependable, all-wheel drive, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat. Nice. Which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to gas up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda has such legendary fuel efficiency? New Hondas are arriving, but so is Mr. Frost. So see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
If you guessed that was the sound of a bag of Pioneer brand A-Series soybeans, you guessed right. Well, kinda. It was really the sound of an innovative team that spent decades perfecting a seed with exclusive genetics and the ultimate agronomic advantage. The sort of breeders who don't rest until they've achieved outstanding performance. Pioneer brand A-Series soybeans. #1 for a reason. Visit pioneer.com/genetics.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Today, the series finale with Purdue, winner take all. We're joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller. Coach, a great win by your team yesterday.
Yeah, it was a great bounce back after a rough day on Friday, and loved the way we came out, jumped on them right away. Scored a couple runs in the first inning. Unfortunately, we went right out and gave it right back. But we just kept fighting yesterday, and that's what we need. We played hard. It wasn't perfect or as clean as you would like, but we found a way to get it done. And the bullpen did a great job. Kate Overmiller gave us a solid start, but there was a free base, an inning, and traffic and damage, but he worked out of it and really minimized the runs. And quite the opposite for our offense. I mean, you look up there, we have 14 hits, but we've only got 4 runs. I mean, we did not execute very well once we got runners in scoring position. We stranded a small army yesterday, but we had traffic and we had pressure on them consistently, and all year long. That's been the one thing we've done is we have executed with runners at third and less than 2 outs. We've been fantastic, and we've done a nice job of moving runners when we needed to with the bunt. And for whatever reason, yesterday we just didn't get it done, and thus we're in a 1-run game. They have 5 hits and 3 runs, and we have 14 hits and 4 runs, and you're like, what the heck? And then Aaron Savory come in and did a nice job out of the bullpen. Got in a little trouble in the 8th, and then Jack Young came in and worked out of another jam, and Jack's been so good for us in those situations, and got us out of a bases loaded jam, and then Ben Dete took the hill in the 9th with a 1-run lead for the first time this year, and Bolton, their leadoff guy, got into one with 2 strikes, and we were playing him kind of shallow. And when he hit it, it was like, oh no, that's a triple. And our awesome center fielder, Kyle Huckstorf, made an unbelievable catch and game-saving, game-changing catch. Over his shoulder, Willie Mays style. I mean, exactly like Willie Mays catch. And that was the changer in the 9th. And then Ben Dete settled down. His changeup just keeps getting better and better, getting close, if not where it was prior to his Tommy John surgery. And when he has that going, look out, because it's really good. And he closed it out after that, and we come out of here with a 4-3 hard-fought 1-run win, which I told the team afterwards, we needed a game like that. We needed to win a game like that, and hopefully that just keeps taking us forward and builds the confidence.
Because that was the first time this season, Coach, that you've won a game like that. Do you think that there's belief in your staff now? Not that was ever missing, but belief in the guys that, hey, yeah, we can do it this way. We can close them out in the late innings.
Yeah, and that's what you hope, and when you don't have a closer that you're going to every single time in that situation, like our situation now, and we really haven't played many close games like that. It's either been one way or the other, and to have everybody see Ben go out there and Jack go out there and do what they did in the last 2 innings has to build some confidence.
The defensive plays, a total flip from Friday where things were a bit shaky, but yesterday the outstanding defensive plays all around, highlighted by Huckstorf's catch.
Yeah, exactly, and that's who we are, and that's the way we have to play every day if we're gonna if we're going to be a great team eventually. And we got back to the good stuff yesterday, and that was good to see.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Alexander Field today. Rubber match, winner take all for the series, Coach. Your team's been here before this season. I think back to Jacksonville State when we got to a Sunday and had to win it to win the series. What has to be different this time to get a series win?
Well, we have to be disciplined at the plate for one, and do what we did yesterday. Friday we were undisciplined. We got down, and then our focus wasn't there, and we chased out of the zone. We're going to face another left-hander, like we talked on Friday. We didn't know they didn't announce who they were going to start on Sunday, and they've been floating between the guy we're seeing today, Blackwell, who is kind of a crossfire left-hander. Running up 87, 90. Breaking ball he doesn't hit much with, and that's going to be, hopefully he doesn't today, but the scouting report says basically that's a pitch we're going to spit on until he proves he can throw it for a strike. And teams do quite a bit of damage off his fastball. It's got a little ride to it, and he gets some chase up in the zone, and that's where he gets his strikeouts. But same story as yesterday. We come out and we were dialed back in, and we did a great job with our strike zone discipline, and we barreled some balls up. When we do that, we're in a good place, and that's what we need to do today. And then Marcus needs to get going, and he needs to have a good start for us today. But even if he doesn't, we've got a lot of guys we haven't used yet. We haven't used Jack Whitlock, Anthony Watts, Reese Buter, Volkers. I mean, you got a lot of guys that we haven't used Lanu yet, so we'll be able to mix and match. Hopefully we don't have to, but if we do, that's what we'll do.
Going back to Marcus for a second, this feels like a pretty big start for him, Coach.
Well, it really is. I mean, what are we, week 6, and it's time to get going. And I know he and Sean have worked really hard the last 2 weeks and in the bullpen, and I think Marcus is feeling a lot better, and I like each week, I expect him to go out there and be the guy we know he can be, and I'm pretty confident that we're going to see that guy this week.
I think we have the advantage in the bullpen in terms of quality arms. Purdue used their bullpen ace yesterday, and like you just rattled off all the guys that we have out there. You think that's our biggest advantage today?
Well, I mean, it'd be good to get in their bullpen as quick as possible, but they've also got the guy who's been starting on Sunday the last few weeks. So, you basically got two weekend starters that they're going to throw at you today. Okay. So, I mean, I don't think they plan on going too deep, because they'll go right to the guy, the right-hander who started the last couple weeks. And then after that, if we can get in deeper than that, then they have used a lot of their better guys.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show in West Lafayette today. Okay, offensively, Coach, still tinkering with the lineup today. Have you settled on anything? What are you thinking?
Well, yeah, it was a tough decision today. Just really trying to get some guys out there, a couple new guys out, a couple new faces on Sunday is always good to get some new energy. And Ben Wilmus hasn't been out there in a while, and then he got in yesterday and got a hit. And he and Marty and the hitting guys have been working, and I think Ben's getting back to a better place offensively. And so we're going to roll Ben Wilmus in right field, and then Andy Nelson will play third. And then with the wind blowing out to left, Connor Hennings, he hasn't gotten going yet, and he hasn't really had a ton of opportunities. But we felt like in the fall and coming into the year that Connor was a really good option with versus left-handed pitching. And Reese Moore's, he's seen a bunch of lefties. He's seen just 6 in the last few games. Last six games we've seen all lefty starters pretty much, and he's in a little bit of funk against the lefties, and so we'll give Reese a break. We'll give him a break in the DH spot and see if we can get Hennings going, and maybe he runs into one. He's got great power, and today the ball's going to carry, from center field to left field, and so hopefully we can catch lightning in a bottle and Connor run into one. And then the other thing with Connor is, his speed really plays. He's as fast as Andy and the rest of those guys, so he gives you that option too. And and then we'll probably go right back to Reese Moore when they go to the bullpen with the right-hander.
Cold day here today, but the wind, you think, favors the Hawks today?
Yeah, I don't know if it does or doesn't. Here's the thing, John. You always worry as a coach because we've played how many games now in a row? It's probably going on 8 to 10 where the wind's been blowing in, and the only place it would carry would be kind of down the right field line, and we're a right-handed heavy lineup, so we haven't had a day where you could pull the ball with any kind of success in 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. So you wonder now that you do, you don't want guys going up there and getting big and trying to ambush and start getting themselves out. But on the other hand, I'd like to think our guys are chomping at the bit to have a day like that, but it doesn't always work out like that. And you've seen Purdue, and very impressed with their hitters and with their lineup. And they would have had a big home run yesterday. I thought I had no chance of staying in the ballpark to left field earlier in that game when it was hit, but he got it high enough that the wind knocked it back even as hard as he hit it. He hit it like 105 and it didn't get out. And Petey caught it right at the wall. But they have hit a bunch of home runs, and they do have quite a few guys in that lineup that has power. So we're going to have to be good on the mound, and hopefully it's not Purdue who's turned in burning in left field.
All right, Coach, good luck today. Let's take it to the Boilers.
All right, thanks, John.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from West Lafayette. Series finale, the rubber match with the Boilers, coming up in just a few minutes. We're back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why the Midwest gets Honda. Dependable, all-wheel drive, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to gas up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda has such legendary fuel efficiency? New Hondas are arriving, but so is Mr. Frost, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Even the simplest act can set a chain of good in motion. Like choosing Delta Dental of Iowa for your dental and vision insurance. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you make a difference for others. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth at Alexander Field in West Lafayette, Indiana. John Evans and John Leo with you this morning. Approaching this afternoon, Iowa Hawkeye baseball against Purdue. Winner take all for the series. Purdue won on Friday. Iowa won yesterday. Look to get back-to-back wins to wrap up the weekend. We'll get you the starting lineups after this break. You're listening to Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
A bag of corn is, well, a bag of corn, unless it's a bag of Pioneer brand Chrome seed corn. Then you're dealing with the most optimized yield potential, agronomic performance, and insect protection the Pioneer lineup has to offer. A bag that will make life easier for you, 8 bushels per acre easier, and much harder for rootworms than the competition. Pioneer brand Chrome products, field proven and ready for yours. Visit pioneer.com/plantchrome.
Before we get you today's starting lineups and then first pitch, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10-second station ID. This is Iowa Hawkeye baseball. All right, starting lineups being announced on the field down below. We're getting ready for first pitch between Iowa and Purdue today. The Hawkeyes will look like this when they come into the batter's box. Andy Nelson to lead things off, followed by Sam Peterson and Raider Tello. Middle of the order, Davis Kopp will catch today. Kyle Huckstorf will bat fifth. Connor Hennings will be the designated hitter for Iowa today. Gable Mitchell, Ben Wilmus, and Michael Seegers, 7, 8, and 9. They'll take on a left-hander for Purdue. Another one, 3 in a row for the Boilers. They'll go with Jonathan Blackwell.
You know, we talked about last weekend how odd it probably was to face 3 left-handed starters, and now here the Hawkeyes have done it 2 weeks in a row. Jonathan Blackwell, those 1-2 on the season in his 5 starts, a 6.52 ERA, 19 1/3 innings, 25 hits, 14 runs have all been earned, just 5 walks, 23 strikeouts. Opponents hitting him at a .301 batting average. There have been 7 extra base hits against him, including 3 home runs.
They've got another starter that they've kind of flip-flopped back and forth with this season that's in the bullpen. So you think maybe a short leash with him if the Hawks can hit him around and get to that other starter type of pitcher out there?
I would expect a short leash anyway, you know, kind of maybe 3-4 innings out of Blackwell, try to get 3-4 innings out of Owinski if you're rooting for Purdue. That would be kind of ideal. And then Pratt is the one reliever that they haven't, one talented reliever that they haven't used yet. So you might see him try to close the game if they could kind of finish it up that way.
Iowa makes a couple adjustments in the batting order today. Connor Hennings will start. He'll be the DH, batting 6th for Iowa. And then Ben Wilmus back in the starting lineup today, John.
Ben has, Ben's kind of a guy that rides emotion a little bit. And boy, he kind of got a little bit down, made an error in the field, wasn't seeing the ball as well as he was early in the year. But then, seeing him yesterday after he got that hit, I know he had a conversation with Coach Heller, just about the process, and I think it really helped and might have helped him flip a switch back on.
Andy Nelson comes to the box. Current temperature in West Lafayette today is 44. Wind blowing out to left. Well, blowing over to left, we could say. Temperatures will get a bit better as the day goes along. Strike one to Andy Nelson from the left-hander, Jonathan Blackwell. We're underway at 1:01 local time. Next pitch is high and out to Andy.
And, of course, his first pitch, the scouting report is he doesn't land the breaking ball for a strike. And what happens? Throws that first breaking ball for a strike.
See if that's a theme today. Downstairs, ball 2 to Nelson. Andy was stellar yesterday for the Hawks. He reached 4 times, had 3 singles and a walk. So he's settling in the leadoff spot for Iowa. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's outside, ball 3. Umpires today, Daniel Jimenez behind the plate, Pete Peterson at first, David Ewell out there at second, David Buck at third. 3-1 to Nelson. Called a strike, full count. Head coach for Purdue is Greg Goff. Boilers are 16-8 on the season. 3-2, Nelson pops it up straight back. And it'll be foul. Nelson back in the box. Here's the pitch from Blackwell. Nelson popped it up straight back again. Good at bat to start the game for the Hawks.
Yeah, and you're seeing it here. Blackwell pretty much has to go with the fastball to try to locate it in the zone. See if Andy can recognize, try something different.
Off speed, missed. Outside. Good call, John. Nelson is on with a walk to start today's game. Purdue with all black uniforms, tops and bottoms. Boilers is spelled out in black across the chest with gold outline, so it's a little tricky to read. They've got their old gold trim with that stripe down the line of their black baseball pants, black caps in the field. Sunday golds for Iowa, the gold scripts, white pants. Here's Sam Peterson. He takes a hard fastball for strike 1. Right on the edge, that outside part of the plate. Coach Heller talked about the Hawkeyes and pulling the ball today. Here's the 0-1, hit foul down the right field line. 0-2. Something that Iowa has not had the opportunity to do in the past few games.
No, and we've run into this in the spring, the last couple of years, with a lot of wind blowing in from left, kind of forcing the hitters to think right field. Might have a little different option today.
0-2 to Peterson. It hit him in the arm. And a free base. Another one for the Hawks in the first. That one's going to sting a touch. But boy, Peterson was down on the count 0-2.
Yeah, that's a big mistake there. And Petey got in close, and we heard that. I heard that in the scouting report this morning. The last two lefties that Iowa saw really didn't want to come in with 2 strikes. This pitcher, Blackwell, will come in with 2 strikes, and so you get on the plate, you make him uncomfortable. Something like that can happen as he comes in too far, hits Petey hopefully just on the shoulder there. Nothing too bad, but give Raider Tello a chance and just build a pile here, right here in the top of the first inning.
That's right. Iowa scored 2 in the first yesterday. Tello in the box. First pitch to Raider. Way high and out. The catcher glides over to stop it.
Obviously good speed on the base paths for the Hawks.
One-0 pitch to Tello. Ground ball to the shortstop. He gloves it. He'll throw to second for 1. On to first. Double play. Nelson gets to third.
So much for that pile.
It's going to take a little extra effort now, isn't it? Raider missed that. That was a decent pitch for him to hit.
Yeah, fastball outside part of the plate. And that goes to that, you try to pull that ball, and unfortunately that's what happens. You get kind of a rollover ground ball.
Big gap in left center for Davis Kopp, who's up now, Iowa's starting catcher. Kopp had 3 RBIs yesterday. Hits this high and deep to right, but that'll be foul. Just underway at Purdue. Top of the first inning. Nelson at third base. There's 2 outs. No balls and a strike. Blackwell is ready. Now to the stretch, the pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Kopp 5 hits in the series, 4 RBIs.
Back-to-back strong weekends for Kopp. Average up to 324 now. Count even at 1. Here's the pitch. High again, ball 2. Plenty of room on the left side for Davis, and he hit it over there a couple times yesterday. Here's the 2-1. Outside again, ball 3.
Boy, Andy Nelson getting a great lead off third.
Any type of pitch in the dirt that gets away, he could come sprinting down the line.
Yeah, most of the time he's had to double back because he's had such a big lead so early.
3-1. Kopp takes it for a high strike. Full count now.
Actually threw the changeup there and dotted it right on the black part of the plate. Good take from Kopp and a good pitch from Blackwell.
Full count. Here's the pitch to Davis. Hit high and deep to right, but the wind will knock it down. Right fielder Spence moves forward. He's got it for the 3rd out. Iowa missed out an opportunity there in the first. Got a couple of runners on with nobody out, but a double play and a fly out keeps Iowa off the scoreboard. We're back for the bottom of the first just after this. Marcus Morgan will take the mound for Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment. Knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Does your company attire make you feel like you're always 4th and long? It's time for a change. Hand the ball off to Authentic Brand and watch your team transform into MVPs. On game days, our team dresses like champions in Authentic Brand. Ensure that your company's reputation remains untarnished by using nothing but the label specifically designed to display your company's identity. Ask your supplier for authentic brand products and see for yourself why it's more than just a label. It's a statement.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants and more, just minutes south of Iowa City.
The Hawkeyes go with a familiar defensive lineup with Andy Nelson at first base and Gable Mitchell at second. Left side of the infield, Michael Seegers at short, Raider Tello at third. Outfield left to right, Sam Peterson, Kyle Huxdorf, and Ben Wilmus. Catching today is Davis Kopp. This has been the starting lineup a few times this season, but just kind of tinkering with things and looking to build some consistency, and this is the lineup the Hawks will go with today. The starting pitcher for Iowa is Marcus Morgan.
1-2 in his 5 starts this year with a 9 ERA, 19 innings pitched, 22 hits, 19 runs, 18 walks though, 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .297 against Marcus, and he's also given up 7 extra base hits and hit 7 batters. So, you know, we talk about this with nearly every Hawkeye pitcher that comes in, or Hawkeye starting pitcher particularly, but you know, with where Marcus is right now, strike one is just such a huge deal for him. Saw it that very first weekend in Charleston. He got ahead of hitters, really commanded the counts, has struggled a little bit in his 4 starts since then.
Career high strikeouts in that tournament out in Charleston. Had 9 against Ball State, really kept him in check, and that's the start that the Hawks need from Marcus moving forward.
Well, and you're going to have a team here that's going to test him. You saw it a little bit with Cade. We started taking a few more pitches, doing some of those things. Team that's not afraid to walk, so he's going to have to fill up the strike zone.
Mike Bolton leads off for Purdue. Morgan misfires high and out with the fastball. Bolton's got a ton of speed. Starting left fielder, left-handed hitter. He's deep in the box. 1-0 from Morgan. Drops in there for a strike. That looked good. 1-1.
Hawks did a nice job with Bolton yesterday. He was 0 for 4, did walk once. Gave a ball a ride in the 9th.
1-1 is swung on and missed, 1-2.
Hawkeye say, hey kid, out in center field made the play.
That's right. One ball, 2 strikes. Morgan working ahead. The pitch, ground ball to the right side. Mitchell will bring it home, and he'll throw it to first base for out number 1. All natural grass, no turf anywhere here at Purdue. Pretty nice facility, pretty nice ground.
What was it? This is the 11th year for the facility?
12th, yeah.
12th. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really nice setup here in the press box, and good setup all the way around with the turf, the hitting facility over there down the left field line.
Strike 1 from Morgan to Gasser. Did not make it into the hitting facility myself. You wander over there?
I did not get over there. You know, it's funny because how nice it is down the left field line, and then how sparse it is down the right field line for the visitors.
Yeah, nothing over there to the right except for maybe an outdoor cage. Is that?
Yeah, there's some outdoor cages and almost a cleanup facility over there, or a storage facility.
Mm-hmm. 1 ball, no strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gasser. And Morgan missed outside there, ball 2. Gasser, another speedy left-handed hitter.
Yeah, he leads the league in walks. He walked twice yesterday, up to 23.
Swings over the top of that pitch from Morgan, and it's 2-2.
And one of the things you saw yesterday with Gasser was, even with 2 strikes, he does such a good job of fouling off pitches, which part of how Iowa had a hard time putting him away and walked him a couple times. 23 walks, 13 strikeouts, 14.
Morgan sets him down, threw it right by him.
Good fastball there. Marcus just put that right in the middle of the plate, too, 94 miles an hour, and said, here it is. And that's the Marcus Morgan that pitched in Charleston. Really didn't try to nibble, didn't fool around, just decided, look, I'm better than you are as a hitter, and went right after him. And good job here with the first 2 hitters.
Marcus with a couple of outs. Bases empty for Luke Gaffney. First pitch from Morgan. On the ground to Seegers at short. It's a spinner hit to him. Michael picks it up, throws it across the diamond for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning. Good start for Marcus Morgan.
Outstanding effort there from Marcus. Good job getting the dugout and score some runs.
Huckstorf, Hennings, and Mitchell will come to the plate for the Hawks in the second. Scoreless through one. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
The Burger Shed is a burger lover's dream come true. Our handcrafted burgers are made with a signature blend of certified Angus beef and smoky brisket, served with house-made pickles. But if you're looking for something other than a burger, don't you worry. We've got that too. Check out our wide variety of shed sandwiches, salads, and real ice cream shakes. Burgers, beers, and a bunch of BS. Burger Shed, Bass Pro Drive in Altoona.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Good, efficient inning for Marcus Morgan. I believe he only threw 10 pitches to get through the top three hitters for Purdue. And so we'll go to the second. Scoreless with the Boilermakers. Kyle Huckstorf will lead things off for the Hawks. Made a great defensive play yesterday. One of those game-saving plays that Coach Heller likes to talk about. Kyle in the box. Takes inside from Blackwell, ball one.
It was every bit of that because Bolton was going to at least be standing on third depending on how that ball bounced and either bounded away or spun away from Kyle.
Huck gets a ground ball foul to third. It's been fascinating because with how poorly Friday went in all aspects, the Hawks turned around yesterday and did everything pretty well in all aspects. Huck takes high and out, ball two. You can look at maybe specific things within the hitting game, but largely they got the clutch hit. They scored enough to win, obviously.
Yeah, the only struggle was, runners in scoring position. They were down a little bit, didn't capitalize on.
2-1 is hit high in the air to right center. Spence and Kornblum come together. It's Kornblum who makes the catch for out number one.
It didn't capitalize on all the opportunities yesterday, or even the majority they wanted, and specifically the third with less than 2 outs. That happened 5 times, only scored twice out of that. So left a lot of runs out there, and this game starts off a little that way with the 2 free bases that get erased with a double play.
Here's Connor Hennings. Sends a ground ball up the middle off the pitcher's glove. Shortstop's got it. Double clutch, and the throw to first is late.
And that's the Connor Hennings speed you see right there. And he hit that ball hard. That's 102 miles an hour off the bat. So, that's a tough play for the pitcher. Kind of deflects it up, and good job for him to hustle and get down there. I guess that'll go for a hit.
I'm a little bit surprised. Hennings is 6'3", big guy, 215.
Dude's a blazer, though.
And somehow he's got a ton of speed. You wouldn't suspect that. And he's got it, and he's on first base now after that hit.
He got some of our genetic leftover, and they just took it from us and gave it to him.
It was going to be trouble as it was, but then the double clutch by Gasser at short sealed the deal.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance to beat it out once it got past the pitcher, and then catches the break on the double clutch, and there was no throw at all.
They do score it as a single for Hennings. This will bring up Gable Mitchell. Switch hitter, he'll go from the right side against the left-handed throwing Blackwell. He had squared to bunt the first time, pulled it back, and it was outside for a ball. Next pitch, he hits foul, straight back. Gable's up over 300, batting .307. 18 walks for Mitchell on the season.
Yeah, he spent a lot more time in the right-handed batter's box the last 2 weeks than probably most of the beginning of the season.
Long pause. Here's the 1-1. Line drive into right and foul. Boy, that ball gets knocked down over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't go that way very hard. And one of the things, Connor will have to watch out. He hasn't spent a lot of time on the base paths here at this level. He's got a left-hander, so even though he's got a lot of speed, you might see a one-way lead there.
Mitchell stays alive and hits it foul.
Boy, and you see right now, you see Blackwell kind of working the differences in the pitch clock. The last time there was a 6-7 second hold. That time, pretty much as soon as he got on, he went. And so, kind of taking advantage of the clock and the time that he has.
1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Mitchell popped it up to right, shallow right. Spence is there. He'll grab it, 2 down. I think this might have been what Coach Heller was talking about, going up against the wind. That pitch was low and out. You're not going to pull that anyway, but the focus to send everything to right the last 3 weeks will be a little bit of a challenge today because that won't do you any good.
Well, and their right fielder, particularly on a couple of the Iowa hitters, is parked on the line and shallow. So not having to work very hard to get to that ball.
Right. Henning's still at first base. This is Ben Wilmus in the box now. Stands in from the right side for the Hawks. First pitch to Ben. He takes for a strike. Good to see Wilmus back in the starting lineup.
Checks with the home plate umpire to ask if that was kind of the edge of the plate. And looks like it was right on the outside black with a good fastball.
Blackwell delivers too far outside that time. Ben came in the last couple innings yesterday, had a base hit, had a big catch down the right field line with the bases loaded to save some runs. I'll check on Hennings at first base. He's back in without a dive.
Yeah, that was definitely a one-way lead there and went in standing up.
Hennings takes off. They'll throw it over to first base. Hennings in a pickle. They throw it to second. He is out.
So much for that one-way lead idea.
Coach Heller comes out of the dugout.
We're going to ask about a balk, perhaps.
And Hennings is talking with Mitch Bowe coming off the field. Coach Heller is out there to talk to the second base umpire, so we'll see what that's about when we come back from this break. Bottom of the second coming up. We're scoreless. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment. Knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Feel the excitement as NASCAR returns to the Iowa Speedway with Powerball and the Iowa Lottery. Just add the double play bonus to your Powerball ticket for $1, then enter it in the VIP club, and you could win tickets to the sold-out NASCAR race or other exclusive race weekend prizes. Feel the power of NASCAR and double play today. Woohoo! See complete rules and details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Well, for now, we're still in the top of the second. They're bringing the players back on the field for Purdue. Looks like the Hawks might be challenging something. They are, as the umpires are down the right field line. And that was a pretty quick challenge by Coach Heller, who eventually popped out of the dugout, but immediately went to the umpire for a challenge. Unfortunately, we don't necessarily know what the challenge is about.
Well, the only thing it can be is at second base. I mean, he can't challenge a balk call. He can't challenge anything like that. So it's got to be Hennings, when he slid in, looked like he kind of gave him the right hand and pulled it back and tried to touch around back on the left side. Now, if all we're operating with is BTN Plus cameras,
good luck.
Yeah, I'm not really optimistic. And the Purdue field, who got drugged back out of their dugout, aren't too worried about it, as they're all standing by third base. So,
and they called him out. So the review's done. Everything stands. We'll keep it here for this break since we've burned our middle of the second inning break, so we'll keep it right here.
And I will give you a fantastic read.
Get off to a good start, John.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
All right, so we'll get into the bottom of the second now. It'll be the middle of the order for Purdue, 4, 5, and 6. Sutter, Caskanet, and Kornblum to face off against Marcus Morgan, who did a good job in the first. Only threw 10 pitches.
10 pitches and, even more importantly, 7 strikes. So filled up the strike zone.
Marcus has a career high of 6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts. Those have been separate starts. The 6 innings was a start last year against Michigan State, which that number kind of surprised me, John. We were looking over in the notes this morning.
Well, for a guy with as good a stuff as Marcus, you kind of expect, longer starts. But the problem again the problem for Marcus has really even been that one inning, where he looks pretty good, mows some guys down, and then has a 32 pitch. 2 walk, a hit batter, and maybe a hit or 2 innings. So that's kind of the key.
Scoreless game, bottom of the second. Sutter's in the box. He's up a spot from yesterday. Sends a spinner on the ground to Seegers at short. Going to be a tough play. Michael picks it up, makes it look easy. Not a lot of speed from Sutter, but Michael with a great job to charge hard, come on that infield grass, and get it. That ball almost stopped before it got to him.
Right. There'd have been a couple other guys that would have been a really tough play on, but with Sutter, not a blazer there, so a good chance to go for Michael to pick it up and throw him out.
Quite a bit of spin on that ball off the bat. Michael was able to let it settle. 1 pitch, 1 out. This is Caskanet now. Takes high and in for ball 1.
Yeah, we'll see if Purdue kind of changes track a little bit. The last 2 guys swung at the first pitch and hit soft ground balls.
Morgan set with the 1-0. Swung on and fouled over to the right. Purdue was really aggressive on Friday early in counts.
Yeah, really tried to jump on Brody throwing a strike, and then went a little bit the opposite way with Cade yesterday.
1-1 is a beautiful breaking ball. Stayed inside, though, for ball 2. Caskanet's a right-handed hitter, starting catcher for Purdue.
Caskanet was ready to wear that, so you better be careful inside.
Here's one fisted off the end of the bat. Andy Nelson at first. He'll drift back and make the catch in shallow right, 2 down.
That's a tough play, too, because you had Gable Mitchell shifted all the way almost to the second base bag. So Nelson was on an island over there by himself. Was able to roll back. Again, just 61 mile an hour off the bat, because this is when Marcus is good. Boy, he just induces soft contact after soft contact.
Great reflexes by Andy right off the bat. He took a drop step, turned, and ran to where the ball was going to land. Here's a ground ball to short. Seegers picks it up. He'll throw it across the diamond for the 3rd out. A 1-2-3 inning, and Marcus gets it done in 6 pitches.
First pitch swinging. Again, somewhere in there, Purdue is going to have to make an attitude adjustment. It's one thing if you're swinging at the first pitch and pounding it somewhere. It's another thing when you're hitting the ball 65 mile an hour off the bat at a All-American shortstop.
Yeah. Wilmus, Seegers, Nelson coming to the plate for Iowa in the 3rd. We're back after this. Scoreless game with Purdue. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why the Midwest gets Honda. Dependable, all-wheel drive, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to gas up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda has such legendary fuel efficiency? New Hondas are arriving, but so is Mr. Frost, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Ben Wilmus will lead off Iowa's third. He was also in the box during the second inning, but Hennings was caught in a rundown between first and second base. So Wilmus will get a second look at Blackwell. This time we'll have a fresh count.
I almost wonder if that was a hit and run with Hennings there. You know, we have Wilmus, you trust him at the plate, 1-1 count, you figure he's going to get a strike. And, not sure you'd have Hennings straight steal at this point, but maybe. I mean, again, he's a fast guy.
Iowa's had a base runner in each of the first two innings. Wilmus takes high for ball one. Ben is a great candidate to get on base. He's batting .236. His on-base percentage is .400, just a little bit lower than what we saw from him last year, but trying to pick it up as he takes strike one on the inside corner. Ben is at his best when that on-base percentage is nearly double his average. Here comes the 1-1. High and out, ball two.
You see kind of the adjustment the Hawkeyes have made from Friday to now is they make sure they get in the box, they step out, take their time, not letting Blackwell quick pitch him like Morales was, and then not looking up, because that's the other part of the equation. When you look up at the pitcher, you're deemed to be ready, and so he's looking down until he gets ready.
3-1 pitch to Wilmus. Popped up right side. Shallow right field. Spence coming forward and right. The second baseman, first baseman come together. Ooh, and there's a collision, and it almost popped out of the second baseman Gill's glove. He had to snow cone it.
That ball did come out, and that's violating priority rules there. Gaffney's got to give way to Gill on that ball, and we've seen a couple times where Spence has just come in and made that catch too, and just not even worried about it. But
I was popped up to the right side a few times already today.
Yeah, that was an 88-mile-an-hour center fastball, so just missed it. It happens.
Yep. Here comes Michael Seegers. 1-0 count to him. He hits it in the air to the right side, fouling out of play. 1-1. Hawks have not pulled anything today except for Tello's ground ball to short that started a double play. Here comes the 1-1. Michael hits it on the ground to the second baseman. Gill drops to a knee, bobbled it, throw to first base, not in time. Seegers beat it out.
You know, and Gill kind of let that ball eat him up. You know, you see Gable Mitchell kind of full charge those balls. Gill stayed back, waited, and boy, on dirt, if you're waiting for that last bounce on dirt, you just never know what you're going to get. He got a ball that bounced up into his chest, couldn't handle it. Now you got to make that hurt. The free bases in the first inning, Iowa let it get away. Free base here this inning, you've got to do a better job.
Purdue came in with a top 5 fielding percentage in the Big Ten, tied with a couple of teams, but they have struggled on the infield, in my opinion.
It hasn't looked smooth, I guess, is the way that I'd say it. And yeah, you're right. It's tied for second with Rutgers in fielding percentage, just behind Northwestern.
Andy Nelson is in the box. He's seen 2 out of the zone. He walked in the first. Yeah, so Purdue's a pretty good defensive team statistically, but you're right, John. It has not looked clean, especially on the infield for them this weekend. Seegers at first base. Got a decent lead. Here comes a 2-0 to Nelson. Popped it up on the infield. Man, we're hitting everything in the air today. Second baseman Gill makes the catch for the second out.
Boy, and that's something you haven't seen from Andy very often. He doesn't, again, another 88-mile-an-hour fastball that's pretty much center. And he just got under it and missed. So must be a little bit of movement on this fastball. You know, we talked about in the scout that it would have a little upride to it. If you kind of think Jared Simpson from last year, a little bit of that arm angle.
Ball gets away on a pickoff attempt to first. Seeger's going to get to second base. Boy, that just barely nicked off the glove.
That was just a lazy throw over, and Seegers was going in standing up. It wasn't a terrible throw, but just enough behind Seegers. Gaffney really didn't try to get around to make a catch and went off the tip of his glove. Now, again, another free base. You've got to make him pay here.
Yep. 2 free bases in the inning, an error, and then I guess a throwing error by the pitcher. Peterson is the batter for Iowa. He takes ball 1 outside. Sam was hit by a pitch in the first. Runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Can the Hawks get a clutch hit early? Scoreless in the third. Blackwell pitching for Purdue. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Peterson fouled it back. Hard fastball. Sam missed it.
But it's another fastball away. I mean, I think, Petey's not going to see a ball, especially with first base open. He's not going to see a ball on the inside part of the plate. Maybe he'll try to get him out with 2 strikes, but otherwise he's not going to.
1-1 hit on the ground to third. Step and throw across the diamond for the third out. Play is made by Stevens, another base runner for Iowa, but the Hawks leave him out there. We'll go to the bottom of the third. No score between Iowa and Purdue. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bose, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
For comprehensive coverage of college baseball and softball all season long, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio 372 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games plus interviews and analysis. So cheer along online with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.us/Big Ten Radio 2023.
7-8-9 for the Boilers. Stevens, Gill, and Spence face off against Morgan in the bottom of the third. No score between Iowa and Purdue. Marcus is ready out of the windup. He deals. High, ball 1, just below the letters, but out of the zone. Marcus has 1 strikeout. 4 groundouts for Purdue today. Pop up to Nelson at first base. Morgan's fallen behind 2-0 to Stevens. Tries to get back in the count now, and swing and a miss by Stevens.
Good off-speed pitch there. Didn't give in on the 2-0 pitch. Was trying to ambush a fastball and didn't get one.
Good confidence by Morgan to throw that. This is fouled back to the screen now. It's 2-2. Marcus has worked his way back into the count. Stevens is the starting third baseman for Purdue. He's batting .328 on the season. Morgan is ready. Here comes the 2-2. Just low and in. Ball 3.
Ooh. I think it just crossed up the umpire, too. Because, boy, that's a pretty good pitch, but Kopp was set up outside.
Full count pitch is inside. Purdue's got their first base runner of the day, a walk to Stevens.
Let's see now if they try to play some short game, having trouble making contact, see if they make an adjustment here and go ahead and try to put the ball on the ground and move a runner up into scoring position.
I sense that this would be a good candidate to do that. This is Gill.
You'd think so, and then you've got some power coming up behind him. although Gil has 5 extra base hits on the year, including the triple yesterday.
He does show bunt early. That brings Tello in. He bunts it to Morgan at first. No, it's Tello that picks it up. Rader throws it over to first for the out. Sacrifice bunt. Rader got there first as he and Morgan were coming together. That was a firm bunt. Almost got by them both.
Well, it was actually really good. You had Rader that was on full charge, and so he kind of went with a different approach. He tried to bunt it in the seam, and the sign of a pretty good bunter. I guess I'm giving him credit for doing that on purpose, but bunted it right into that seam and made it awkward for Marcus and Tello.
Runner in scoring position for the Boilers. This is Spence, the 9-hitter. 1 out. First pitch is slapped foul over to the right. Tall frame for Spence. He gave one a ride yesterday to left, and Peterson made the catch right in front of the wall into the wind.
Yeah, he hits that ball today. It's going to land in the trees across the road. But,
yeah.
But yesterday it got up into that breeze, and Peterson was able to catch it right at the base of the wall.
Count is 0-1. This is hitting the gap in left center. This is going to be trouble. Huckstorf sprinting over. It's down for a base hit all the way to the wall. Purdue is up 1-0 on the RBI double. Keenan Spence. Give them one free base and they hurt us.
Well, and that's exactly what I was going to say there is Iowa's had more than their share of free bases here so far in the game and haven't been able to do anything with it. Purdue's first base runner is a free base, and then they follow it with their first hit, and now it's 1-0.
That's the first hit of the game for Purdue, too.
That was 107 off the bat, so it was smoked.
Top of the order now with Bolton. 1-0 Purdue in the third. Runner at second base. 1 out. Here's a bunt that's hit foul by Bolton.
Surprised he didn't pull his bunt back and act like nothing happened.
Seen him do that a couple times.
It's worked out well for him every time.
A 1 pitch is low and out. Morgan got Bolton to ground out to Mitchell in the first. Count even at 1. Morgan comes set, checks the runner at second base. Long pause, here's the pitch. Low and in, runner taken off for third. Kopp's got a chance, throw to third is wide of the bag. Man, he had him dead to rights, and it was just not a great throw by Davis, and he's safe at third.
Boy, yeah, that was well, I can't say it was a bad base running decision because it worked out, but a choice where Davis throws him out as often as he's safe, and so you take the coin flip, and Purdue won at that time, and another free base.
Davis threw that to the left of the bag, and Rader had to reach for it. Otherwise, he was going to be out. 2 balls and a strike now, and a runner at third. Bolton bunts it right back to Morgan. He tried to barehand it, and the run will score as Bolton gets down the line at first. Got to use your glove there, Marcus.
And that's he was so interested in making the play to the plate, and instead he doesn't make any play. And boy, I'm a little surprised they're going to give that an error. Just because it's the hometown, I would have expected them to give him a hit. But yeah, they've been tough scoring that. But
Hawks are making mistakes this inning.
Well, yeah, and that's you see that, and now you put a base stealing threat out there again. So try to keep him at first.
2-0 Purdue, and now Gasser's hit by the pitch. Oh boy. That's what's making this inning so frustrating, because had the runner out at third base on the steal, I think that bunt back to Morgan, if he fields that cleanly, that guy's out at home. He was about halfway.
But give him the run. Who cares? It's the third inning.
One or the other, sure. Yeah.
Give him the run. Glove it and throw him out at first. It was a terrible bunt, but glove it and throw him out at first. Take the out. They're giving you an out. If you really think right now that they're going to beat you 2-0, settle down, get back to within yourself. It's okay, but you're taking an inning that, we could be sitting here. We could basically probably be back in the dugout because then there's nobody on. He doesn't worry about Gasser. He doesn't hit him. But you can't add to the pile for them.
Coach McGrath comes out to talk to Marcus to settle him down. 2-0 Purdue in the third. Just got one hit, but a walk and an error and a hit by pitch has made this inning dangerous. It brings up Gaffney. Runners at first and second, one out. Morgan's got his sign. First pitch is outside, ball one. This goes back to Friday a little bit. You've activated that Purdue dugout. We're not making a lot of noise yesterday. But playing with the lead, you hear him chatting a bit more. Strike called. Outer portion of the zone, 1-1.
Friendly.
We'll take that.
Friendly outside edge when you're struggling.
Yeah, so far this game has been Purdue taking advantage of their minimal opportunities and Iowa not taking advantage of their plethora of chances. Here comes the 1-1. Inside, almost hit him. Ball two.
This TrackMan is a disaster.
I see you refreshing a lot over there. Poor internet or?
Dashboard's just screwed up.
Here comes a 2-1 from Marcus in the dirt. Gets away. Kopp picks it up. No play. Runners advance to second and third. This is turning into a disaster of an inning. And now two in scoring position, less than 2 outs for the Boilers.
And this is the head scratcher for Hawkeye coaches right now is, Mark looks like an All-American, mowing down the first 6 hitters. And, we get to the bottom of the order and now he looks like a different pitcher right now. I mean, even the command and the confidence is different.
3 balls and a strike. The pitch to Gaffney. Slapped foul over to the right. Challenged him. And the count will be full. Huge pitch coming.
Yeah, if he has a strikeout pitch that Gaffney can't see, this would be the time to throw it.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Marcus. Popped up right side. Nelson into foul territory. Andy's got it. Watch out for Bolton at third. He'll stay put. Weak pop-up. That's a huge out.
That was outstanding there from Marcus, off the plate, but close enough to draw a swing. And then got that weak contact that he's been getting for the first 2 innings.
Not out of the jam yet. Here comes Sutter, the DH. Right-handed hitter. 2-0 Purdue in the third. 2 outs, 2 on for the Boilermakers. Here's Marcus's first pitch. High, ball one. Little activity in the Iowa bullpen down there in right. One ball, no strikes. Morgan's delivery in the dirt. Davis smothers it. Wind really gusting out to left. It's blowing Marcus's jersey, really rippling the gold top that the Hawks are wearing. Count is 2-0. Hit foul on the line right above us. 2-1.
Good cutter there inside. Didn't give in directly over the plate, but got it into the strike zone.
Huge spot in the game. Early going. 2-0 Purdue. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Went right back to the fastball. Almost the same spot. Maybe a little bit more inside.
You like something similar again? Do you go spin?
I go third time's a charm here.
Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Morgan comes set. Here's the pitch. High pop-up. This is on the infield. It's Mitchell underneath it at second base. Gables got it for the 3rd out. 2 runs come across for Purdue. Could have been worse. Also could have been better. Hawks gave him a couple there.
Hawks, that was less than ideal, but now you just got to go score some runs.
Tello, Kopp, and Huckstorf coming to the plate in the top of the 4th. Back after this, Purdue leads it 2-0. This is Iowa Baseball from Learfield.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Hi, Chef Grunder. Let's dive right into the machine shed. Fridays here mean all you care to have fried or broiled North Atlantic cod. Or try our bone-in seasoned catfish lightly fried. More of a salmon lover? Choose between the machine shed's white wine sauce or apple bourbon glaze. Our sauteed savory shrimp will satisfy your taste buds with Old Bay seasoning and Asiago cheese. Join us this Friday for seafood worth savoring at the Shed. Iowa 80 and Hickman Road, Urbandale, and Iowa 80 Northwest Boulevard, Davenport.
University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or minor injury, visit one of several UI Quick Care or Urgent Care locations throughout the Iowa City-Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare is proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes.
Got to find a way to get those runs back. Let's answer right here. Down 2-0. Raider Tello to lead off. Bounced into a double play in the 1st.
Well, we talked about it Friday. Purdue, when they score first, is pretty darn good. So, uphill climb now.
Blackwell out for another inning of work. Raider swings at the first pitch and drives it to right, but foul. Everything has gone to the right side for Iowa today. And unless you hit it on the ground, I just don't see how there's going to be a lot of success over there. 0-1 pitch. Raider hits it on the ground. Fair ball! Into right. It's going to be a long single, though. Oh, it's misplayed by the right fielder. Tello can get to second base. How about that start for the Hawks in the 4th?
That's a pretty good start there, and that should be an error for Spence.
Yeah, single and E9.
Yeah, because Raider was stopping. They're going to give him a double, but that's a poor scoring decision. Because Raider had applied the brake. Spence was in a good spot, was going to stop him there, and it scored it away. Hawks don't really care as Tello's out at second base anyway, but now they get 0 for 5 with runners on base, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position.
Davis Kopp's turn. Takes outside for ball 1. Man, just as we were talking about going to the right side, Raider put that on a high chopper right down the line at first. And the first baseman playing way off the bag for Tello. Raider at second base. 1 ball, no strikes to Kopp. Here's the pitch. Outside again, ball 2.
Yeah, that was, for all the hard hit balls that Raiders had that have turned into outs, he needs to just remember that one. That was a give back on a little bouncer.
2-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 2-1. There's that curveball, isn't it?
Well, that was just a big high floater. But again, at 2-0, you don't really care. You're not going to swing at that one.
Davis with a decent gap in left center if he could put it over the shortstop's head. Here comes the 2-1. Ground ball right side. Fair again. Same spot. They're sending Tello. Come on, Raider. Kopp headed for second. He is out at second, but Tello scores. It's 2-1.
Yeah, I love the aggressiveness, but that ball's in front of you. You can see he's not very shallow. He's on it. That ball is actually relayed from the second baseman. So, again, I get why you do it, but it wasn't very deep.
Yeah. 2-1. Iowa's on the board. Here's Kyle Huckstorf, and that pitch is way high. Got to the backstop.
And now you're standing on second base anyway.
Right, yeah. very close play at second, and it took a couple of good throws from Purdue. Here's a ground ball to short. Gasser picks it up. He'll throw to first, 2 down.
Well, and to your point in the previous inning, that's the difference of 2-1 right now, is Iowa has a chance at the plate to make a good throw, get the runner out at third. They miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Purdue executes a relay play perfectly and had to get Kopp at second base. And so, Iowa's going to have to find that extra step. And again, it's just the top of the 4th inning here. Iowa got a big run, but you're going to need to make those plays.
Yeah, and that's the key. Purdue is making those plays early on. 0-1 to Hennings, low and out, even at 1. 2-1 Purdue in the 4th. Iowa's answered back. Here comes the 1-1. Hennings hits it into right. This one might take a dive and get down. It will. Off the end of the bat, Hennings with a single. They're starting to hit Blackwell.
Well, sort of. I mean, it's 3 absolute squirrely cue balls that have found green grass, and so you take that and go. The hardest hit ball was actually the ground out.
Right. We'll have a mound visit for Purdue. There's a lot of activity in the Boilermakers bullpen.
I think they got most of what they wanted out of him. Now they may go ahead and let him face one more hitter, but I think this was kind of a win. Get through 4 innings, potentially get through 4 innings, go through the Iowa lineup twice and kind of be done with it. And to do that with only 1 run, you're talking about a guy that Blackwell has. Gave up 2 runs, 6 hits in 3 innings against Samford, 1 run, 4 hits in 5 innings against Albany, but 3 runs on 3 innings, 7 runs in 3 1/3 innings. He's been knocked around a little bit in his starts.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting at, I guess he's not too bad. He's just approaching 60 pitches, so not too bad there.
4 hits for Iowa. 2-1, the Boilermakers lead it, though. Top of the 4th, 2 outs. Hennings at first base. This is Gable Mitchell up now. First pitch to Gable. Called strike at the knees.
Yeah, if Hennings didn't have a one-way lead the first time he was on base, it's going to be a one-way lead this time.
Lesson learned. 0-1 is in the dirt. Backhand stopped by Castanet. 1-1.
Because really, if he just takes a shorter lead and then takes a more aggressive secondary lead, he can get off to about the same spot anyway. And then, ball bounces, he'll have a chance to go somewhere.
He'll try a pickoff move. He's back easily. Yeah, you make a good point there. You can alter your secondary and wind up in the same position. But with that being said, Connor has still got a decent lead out there. Purdue shifting a bit in the outfield for Mitchell, batting from the right side. He takes outside, ball 2. I guess the way Blackwell is pitching the Hawks, his pitches are all outside too. So, I know I've mentioned pulling the ball, but it's not an option for Iowa right now. Here comes a 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, he really doesn't come in much until late. And now, this is the type of pitch where Mitchell might have to worry about him coming inside a little bit more.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to Mitchell. Grounded foul. He had to wait for that big curveball.
Yeah, and that loopy curveball was going to hit. So good job there from Gable to fight it off, as he was going to come right in the back door and catch the outer edge of the plate.
Blackwell comes set, the 2-2, swing and a miss. Gable chased a high fastball and was late on it. He's the 3rd out. Iowa gets a run back. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 Purdue. This is Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, it's your friend, social media. You know where I showcase the cool life of sports stars and friends. But don't fall for the editing and good lighting, because we all have struggles and challenges, like with alcohol or drug use, gambling, or our mental health. You know, talking about it is a sign of strength. Maybe you don't know who to talk to? Your Life Iowa can give you resources or treatment options. Get free 24/7 confidential support. Call, text, or chat online at yourlifeiowa.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Purdue leads 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Iowa had a good answer in the top half of the inning to have the lead that Purdue has. It's 2-1. Need to keep the Boilers off the scoreboard now in the bottom of the fourth. This is Connor Cascanet, swings and misses the first pitch that he sees from Morgan.
Good job for Marcus to come back, get strike one. You know, that's been a little bit of the struggle in the last inning.
1-2 is in on the hands. Cascanet close to the plate, so it makes it look more inside than it actually is. Decent pitch from Marcus to back him off a little bit. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
That's really good sequencing there. Through the fastball in to kind of stand him up, then throws the cutter away off the plate. It looks like it might be pretty good, so he gets him to chase.
Morgan's 1-2 is hit foul on the ground to the left side. He went up and in with that fastball and then went low and out with what would appear to be maybe the cutter.
Yeah, threw the cutter away and just kind of got a good wave at it. Busted back inside with the cutter that time.
Out of the windup, here's the 1-2. Swinging bunt into the opposite batter's box. Turning into a bit of a lengthier at bat with Cascanet fouling off a couple pitches.
Let's see if he follows that same pattern. Came back up and in there. See if he tries to break something away off the plate.
High fly ball hit to right. Wilmus scaling back, and Ben has it for the first out. He went with what you were thinking, John. And Cascanet put it in play.
He did throw the cutter low and away there, and good pitch, kept him off balance, so he didn't hit it hard, just kind of lifted it up. Hit it hard enough, but lifted it up and away, and Wilmus had plenty of room and easy time to track.
This is Purdue center fielder Cooper Kornblum. Takes strike one from Morgan. Marcus looks a lot better in the fourth than he did in the third. No balls and a strike out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side foul, 0-2. He's thrown first pitch strike, and he's got up ahead 0-2.
One of life's many mysteries.
You're right. It's like a ping pong match. It's a little bit of back and forth. 0-2. Morgan's ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, Kornblum looks silly on that one.
Full wave there as that ball just broke down and away.
Really fooled him. 2 down for the Boilers in the fourth. Here's Joe Stevens. This is where Purdue started to do their damage in the third. Stevens led off that inning, walked, and would later score. Morgan deals just outside, maybe a touch low with a nice fastball. Here's the 1-0. Right there at the knees, 1-1. Good pitch from Marcus. Attempting to settle back in. Out of the windup, the right-hander's ready. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 2. Base is empty for Purdue. Here's the 2-1. Called a strike, high inside corner. Nice pitch from Morgan.
Now finish him off here. Marcus sits in a pretty good spot. Just 50 pitches when this batter started.
Yep. This is pitch number 55 for Morgan. Out of the windup. Here's the delivery. Ooh, where'd it miss? Low and in.
Ooh, man.
Ball 3.
That is right at the bottom of the zone.
Great spot for Marcus. How didn't Stevens swing at that? Man.
How did umpire Jimenez not call it a strike?
And then we walked him. Non-competitive fastball low and out. Can't get Stevens out today. Walked him twice.
The second baseman, number 2.
Inning continues for Purdue. Here comes Gill. Left-handed hitter. 2 outs, runner at first. Morgan deals outside, ball 1. Yeah, we're in a really good spot with the pitch count. Almost got out of there in 55 or 56. Now going to have to throw a few more. Bottom of the 4th, Purdue up 2-1. Pickoff move over to first base. Nelson agile to reach over and grab it. Morgan comes set, the 1-0. Clips the outside corner. Called strike.
Strong pitch there. Good response after falling behind. Gets back to an even count. Now go win 1-1.
Yeah, get back ahead, Marcus. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 1-2.
Looks like the Ohio State women are going to fall to Duke.
Whoa, they were up. They were up pretty big.
Yeah, it was a 10-minute scoring drought in the first half, and now Duke's up 11.
Late, huh?
Late.
That's a shame. Shucks. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In our game here, Morgan comes set. The pitch. Low. Count even at 2 for Gill, the second baseman. Batting .255 on the season. He crowds the plate from the left side. The 2-2. Grounded back to Morgan. He tried to barehand it again. Bobbled it. Marcus picks it up. Sidearms it over to first base. And Nelson has to hang on at first to get the out. Always a little drama, huh?
Wow. Somebody just needs to take a minute to explain to Marcus what that thing hanging on his left hand's for.
That's a glove, Marcus. Use it. We need your pitching hand to pitch.
Exactly. Don't risk an injury. Get the out, but he got the out that time. So.
Oh boy. Hawks down 2-1. We'll bring you the 5th right after this. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
Even the simplest act can set a chain of good in motion. Like choosing Delta Dental of Iowa for your dental and vision insurance. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you make a difference for others. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using hashtag IowansWin, and you could win even more from Iowa corn.
New pitcher into the game for Purdue in the 5th. They'll turn to a right-handed senior from Griffith, Indiana, Kyle Iwinski. Iwinski into the game for Purdue, and he'll face Wilmus, Seegers, and Nelson.
Iwinski has 5 starts on the year, so this will be his first relief appearance. He's 2-0, 6.55 ERA, 22 innings, 25 hits.
Wilmus takes outside for ball 1.
16 runs allowed. Just again, 5 walks, 15 strikeouts, 8 extra base hits though, so the Hawks can hit him hard if he comes in the zone.
Out of the zone there, 2-0. Iowa down 2-1 in the 5th. You just feel the Hawks offense kind of bubbling, simmering a touch. Here comes the 2-0. Wilmus drives it into left. It is down in front of Bolton for a base hit. Leadoff single for Ben Wilmus.
Maybe he is back. He said he was back.
Saw him in the hallway of the hotel last night after he entered the game and got a single in his only at bat, and he just looked at me and he said, "I'm back." I said, "All right, Ben, let's go."
Owinski's going to have that fastball. It's going to be below 90, right at the top of the 80s there. Slider, changeup, but again, doesn't locate exceptionally well, even though he just has the 5 walks. So
he enters in the 5th. Michael Seegers will get a look at him now. Michael squares to bunt, pulled it back, and it's low for ball 1. I like the idea here for Michael. Put some pressure on Purdue, make them make a play, and then maybe they'll help you out and throw it away, but at least get that runner to second base.
Yeah, we got kind of the same warning there as he tried to go without Michael looking.
Trying to quick pitch the Hawks. 1-0 to Seegers. Lined off the third baseman's glove and into the corner. Wilmus rounding second, heading for third. Seegers is headed for second base. 2 in scoring position for the Hawks with nobody out in the 5th.
And that was the show of the bunt. He pulls Stevens in, and then he's able to hit an absolute rope right by him. Didn't even hit it as hard as he could hit it, but got enough of it to get it past. It was hooking into the corner. Hawks have a lead run out at second base.
Nicely done by Seegers. Just hooked it and tucked it inside that third base line past the diving Stevens. Huge opportunity for the Hawks now. Down 2-1 in the 5th. Top of the order, here's Andy Nelson. Corners in for Purdue. First pitch, Andy drives it deep to left. Get going, baby. It is gone. Andy Nelson into the Purdue bullpen. Hawks lead. Boom.
Back wall of the bullpen. 104 off the bat. 386 over the left field wall. Hello, 4-2 lead.
Yes, yes, yes. Andy Nelson again, his second home run of the series.
That's what you like out of your leadoff hitter.
Woo!
Clutch at bats.
Iowa takes the lead 4-2 in the 5th. Ruined Purdue's plan right there by bringing in Iwinski.
That's a good pitch, too. Ball's low and in. Andy just goes, drops the bat head on it, and drives it off that back wall, and the guy warming up in the bullpen.
Peterson squares to bunt, popped it up left side. This could work out. Stevens picks it up, throw on the run, not in time. Petey beat it out.
What a terrible bunt.
Not what Sam was looking for, but he's on base.
That worked out beautifully because Stevens was on his back heels. And again, if you've seen Major League, you watch Tom Berenger lay down the bunt. The third baseman gives an and it was one of those.
Just like that, John. Time called. Purdue's got a coach walking out of their dugout to head to the mound. What an inning for the Hawks.
We need a chat, and boy, what an answer for Iowa. I mean, to get the one last inning, to have Marcus throw a relatively clean inning, and then to come right back out and just immediately add to the pile.
How about Andy Nelson? My goodness. He was not a starter at the beginning of the year, and he's come out of nowhere. He's been with the program forever, and is having a heck of a series against Purdue. His second home run, he crushed that one to left.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and Iowa has a lot of these guys, but guys that, hey, what do you need me to do?
Yes.
Where do you want me to play? I'm a second baseman and third baseman. Oh, you want me to play right? Okay. Oh, you need me to go play first base for a while? Okay. You need me to bat leadoff? I'm in. Just doing what needs to be done. Yeah, what is he now today? He's 1 for 2, so he's 5 for 8 in the series, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs now. But just general menace to Purdue. Love it.
Raider Tello up for the Hawks now. Peterson at first base, nobody out. They'll try a pickoff move to first, and one hopped it over there.
Gaffney had to go full catcher mode to block it there.
Looked like a goaltender in the crease. First pitch to Raider. Ground ball to short. Backhanded, bobbled, and no play.
We talked about this. We talked about this last inning. Purdue was making every game-saving, game-winning play. They make the relay play. Iowa didn't make the couple chances they had. That ball's hard hit, but it's very much fieldable. He tried to backhand it, just take a half step over, get in front of it, and make the play.
Time called again. This will do it for Iwinski. Does not make it out of the 5th. Iowa's got 3 runs on the board. The Hawks have a 4-2 lead. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And Davis Kopp coming to the plate when we come back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
The big game. Family. Friends. We know you count on Alliant Energy to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need, whether you're watching the game, cooking your famous burgers, or leaving a light on for loved ones. For us, it means going beyond the expected to make sure we're planning for the energy you need today and tomorrow. That way you can keep your eye on the ball and focus on what's most important to you. Find out more at alliantenergy.com/poweringbeyond.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network? It's free for 30 days. Want to test drive U.S. Cellular even faster? Just get a race car driver to be your personal chauffeur.
Just let me buckle my... Whoa! Hey, my calls and data work great out here.
Test drive U.S. Cellular free for 30 days. Named the leader in 5G coverage in Iowa.
You can pull over now. Please?
U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. Awards based on open signal independent data. Visit uscellular.com for details.
John Evans and John Leo at the broadcast booth at Alexander Field on the campus of Purdue University. Iowa has taken the lead. It's 4-2 in the top of the 5th. Trying to do some more damage to the Boilermakers. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for Davis Kopp, and a new pitcher into the game for Purdue. They'll go with a senior right-hander from Aguaro Hills, California, Aaron Suval.
2-0 on the season. On 8 appearances, 5.79 ERA, 14 innings, 15 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts. He threw an inning yesterday, gave up a hit, a walk, and a strikeout because he had to face 5 Hawkeye hitters to get through an inning, and then got replaced by Jackson Danley in his next inning. Didn't make it through that full inning. So
the Hawks saw him yesterday.
Hawks saw him yesterday.
Okay.
I think I told you Friday originally, but no, he actually came in yesterday. So I wouldn't expect to see him reel long. This is probably he's going to try to put out a fire here in this inning would be my guess. Of course, he'll have to throw a full inning with nobody out to put out that fire.
Ground balls are making me a little bit nervous. Raiders hit 3 ground balls today. He's been rewarded for 2 of them.
Yeah, we'll take the reward on that one now.
If we were riding the bus today, John, we're going to drive back, but if we were riding the bus, the first Raider wouldn't even take a full breath on the bus before he'd say something about the fact that he only hit a couple balls hard today, or he's hit too many ground balls.
Wow, but the first thing I would remind me of is the snaky way that one of those rolled through the infield and he got a hit for it.
Here's Davis Kopp. Corners come in for Purdue. They're stalking forward. Davis hits the first one foul off his ankle. Yeah, you're not just the wise, steady mind that you are just with me. You're with it with everybody, including Raider.
It's considering I'm probably as old or older than most of their parents at this point of the game. Davis getting a little extra time to walk that off by the home plate umpire.
Now he's back in the box. Iowa leading 4-2. 8 hits for the Hawks. 3 errors by Purdue. Suval ready. The right-hander deals. Kopp takes low. Ball 1.
Just a reminder, too. So Suval's going to bring it up. It'll be in the low 90s. Throws the slider and the change. But he's got that kind of short arm action, so it gets on you a little quicker. Even so, 90-92 plays a little bit faster.
Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball left side through into left field. Will they test it? Yes. Peterson is rounding third. He will score with ease. RBI single. Davis Kopp through a huge gap on the left side. 5-2 Hawks.
Shortstop was holding Nelson on, holding Petey on second base, and so with the third baseman slid over, really a giant hole. Kopp didn't hit it that hard, but again, well positioned. Hawks adding to the. Make the mistakes hurt.
Yes.
Keep adding, keep building a lead.
5-2 in the 5th. Huckstorf comes up. Still nobody out. Runners at first and second. Suval throws a move to second base. Tello gets back.
Do have one guy out in the bullpen throwing from a mound. Another guy's just playing catch. I can't quite see the number. Might be Pratt.
First pitch to Kyle. Grounded foul. Kyle today's 0 for 2. Fly out to center, ground out to short.
Fly out to center, you hit hard. You just need to hit it to the other side of second base if you're going to get one in the air.
Tello at second base. Kopp at first. Ooh, called strike. High inside portion of the zone, nothing in 2.
It's a good pitch there. See if Kyle can protect now with 2 strikes.
It's one that's almost impossible to hit fair, right? You have to get out in front of that, and by that time you hit it foul, pulling it. Here comes the 0-2 from Suval. In the dirt, good block. Good block by Caskinet.
Yeah, that was outstanding. You know, we have heard in scout that he's kind of a little bit of a wall where the ball kind of bounces off of him a little bit, but that one stuck right to him. Ball just inches away from him. He was able to keep Tello and Kopp at first and second.
A ball and 2 strikes, a delivery to Huckstorf, swing and a miss. Chased it low. Out number 1.
That was a really good changeup there.
We will not see Connor Hennings again. Reese Moore will check in and go
Connor,
into the DH spot.
I know Connor didn't get, he didn't score, but 2 for 2.
Yes.
And I saw him in the dugout before I came up, and I told him, I'm like, hey, you don't have to be anything other than the best you today. And he did a nice job. Couple singles. One was nicely hit back up the middle and one to right.
That'll bring up Reese Moore. Reese bats from the left side, so that's part of the reason why he didn't get the start today against the left-hander. But now that Purdue's gone with a righty, Moore gets the opportunity. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Really worried about Tello at second base, so they throw one over there.
Well, again, Tello's probably had more pick attempts on him in this series than he's had in almost any series in his career, I would guess.
I think you're right. Goes to Purdue's tendencies, though, to throw those picks. I'm just as surprised, though. It doesn't seem like they do it as much with the speedy base runners that Iowa has.
Right. The guys you would expect them to want to pick and keep close.
1-0 pitch to Moore. Dropped in there for a strike. Good pitch from Suval. It's 1-1.
But that's a pitch you need Reese to lay off. That's the one he's been chasing. If he's going to throw you a changeup on the inside part of the plate for a strike, more power to him.
Mm-hmm. Make him throw it 3 times. A ball and a strike. They'll pick over to first base.
And we heard that in scout this morning too, that they will pick behind the runner at first on first and second situations. Purdue is an interesting team, just trying to steal an advantage anywhere they can get it.
Moore swings over the top, and it's 1-2. I think we had to credit Will Mulfler, the first base coach there, to let him know that to let Davis know that the first baseman was coming to the bag behind him.
Breaking in behind him, and that's, you think, oh, the first base coach, what's he doing? But It's an important job right now.
1-2. The pitch to Moore. Ground ball right side. This could be double trouble. Throw to second for one. Over to first. Double play. 4-6-3 to end the top of the fifth, but Iowa scores 4 and takes the lead. It's 5-2 Hawks. We're back for the bottom of the fifth right after this. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Bottom of the fifth, Iowa leading 5-2. The Hawks have scored the last 5 runs of this game. Marcus Morgan out for another inning of work. Marcus has thrown 61 pitches through 4 innings. It's an all right number for him in his 6th start of the season.
It's okay. We've had a chance to be cleaner a couple different times, but overall, it's a reasonable number. He's got to work through. He's going to set down the 9-hitter who's got some power. He's not an easy out here, but then give yourself some grace as you get to the top of the order.
This is Spence. He doubled home a run in his only at bat so far today. Infield shifted over to the left to touch. Morgan hit him to start the inning. Well, you need the shutdown inning. I just couldn't get it out of my mouth before the inning started.
Before we created some issues?
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess, again, more importantly now, you rotate to the top.
With traffic. Iowa has 9 hits. 3 of them are extra base hits. You think about what Purdue's done. They've got 1 hit, 2 walks, though. An Iowa error and a couple of hit batters. This ball is driven into right. Wilmus goes back. He's in front of the wall. The wind will keep it in here. Ben makes the catch for out number 1. Bad luck for Bolton a couple times yesterday and then today.
Yeah, for a guy that probably isn't really a home run hitter, he's absolutely roped 2 balls that didn't do him any favors, but hey, that's okay.
Yeah, and yesterday or the day before, that ball's long gone.
Yes.
Driven out to right.
Yeah, that ball hooks into the Iowa bullpen yesterday.
1 out for Camden Gasser. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch today. Morgan deals strike 1.
They're not an easy guy to double up, but Iowa middle infield pretty strong.
0-1 drifted outside. You got Seegers playing a little closer to the bag at second. Mitchell has to stay where he normally plays because of the pull opportunity, the pull ability that Gasser has. 5-2 Iowa in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the 1-1. Called a strike just below the letters. Good pitch from Marcus.
Yeah, Gasser came into today just 1 for 4 in the series, but he'd scored 4 runs because he'd walked 4 times.
Yeah. That's the tail of the tape. Don't let him get on base. Here's a ground ball left side. Rader dives for it. Can't come up with it. And it's through into left. Couldn't quite reach it. Placed perfectly in between Tello and Seegers.
Boy, he's just such a good hitter. I mean, that's a good pitch from Marcus. The cutter off the plate. And Gasser didn't try to do anything with it. Just said, hey, I'm pretty fast. This is going to work out for me. Where most guys might be afraid of hitting it on the ground, of hitting it into a double play. He knew he had a pretty good area to hit it through there and just rolled it right through.
Tricky situation now with runners at first and second and 1 out. Dangerous Luke Gaffney comes up, 0 for 2 today. Morgan fires outside.
Just barely missed there.
Second hit of the game for Purdue. Off the bat of Gasser. 1-0 is low and out.
I say, Coach McGrath's going to come out. It's really interesting. You can kind of see Marcus when he's free and easy. The location is good. Even when he misses, the location is good. And then when either he gets tight or he just tries to aim it a little, just that precision from Marcus, the command part of it kind of goes away.
Such a crucial point of the game. You take the lead, you've scored the last 5 runs, you have all the momentum. Now if you can keep Purdue quiet.
In any number of ways.
Marcus pitching into the 5th. Iowa with a 3-run lead. Runners at first and second. A lot of speed on the base paths for the Boilers right now. 2-0 pitch is hit foul over to the right. 2-1.
Good pitch from Marcus there. Again, not giving in on the 2-0 pitch, but throwing a competitive strike.
Morgan comes set with the 2-1. Called a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Great spot for Morgan.
Really good dot there.
Worked back to even the count. Quickly gets the sign from Kopp. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Line foul over to the right above the Iowa dugout. What do you like here, John? Inside, outside, low, high?
I like the slider away.
Okay. Kopp setting up a bit low and out. Here's the 2-2. Almost hit him. Did it? No.
Boy,
he spun away.
Did he? It looked like he was trying to turn into that and take it right on the elbow as he leaned in over the plate.
He turned his back entirely to Morgan there. Big pitch right here. The 3-2 from Marcus. Walked him. Just not helping our own cause right now with the free bases.
No, and it's a good pitch, but you got to throw a strike. Don't be surprised if you see Coach Heller pop and you get Jack Whitlock here.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Logan Sutter is the batter for Purdue. Morgan is ready. First pitch, way high, ball 1.
Hawkeyes adjusting defense a little bit. Sutter, the good news with Sutter is he's a guy you can double up here. If Marcus throws a low strike, he can get a double play ball.
1-0 pitch, in there for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, he brought it down that time, didn't he?
I mean, he's just got to command his pitch here, buckle in a little bit. Fastball, bottom into the zone. Slider, bottom into the zone. Double play.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Wow. Sutter with an uppercut swing was trying to hit the scoreboard in left center on that.
Yeah, that was full challenge. That was 91-mile-an-hour cutter.
A ball and 2 strikes. Advantage Morgan as it stands right now. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No. They say he didn't go around. 2-2.
I have no idea how those things are judged. They called one on the left-handed hitter earlier that I didn't think he even tried to swing. That one I thought he went around.
High fastball from Morgan. Didn't commit to it. Here's a 2-2. Called third strike. Morgan froze him. 2 down.
What a gutsy pitch there. Outstanding changeup right in the middle of the zone. Now you're not done. You got another guy with a lot of power here.
Watch out for Cascanet. He's in the box. Bases still loaded for Purdue. 2 outs. Marcus is ready. The pitch. Inside. Ball 1.
Good snag there from Davis, as that ball had 23 inches of break on the inside, just kept moving in and in and in. So kind of lucky the movement all came late after it got past Cascanet.
A ball and no strikes. Morgan's delivery. Just high, ball 2.
All right, this is testing fate a little bit. 2 balls, no strikes. Power hitter. Can't completely give in, but you have to throw a strike.
2-0 is in there for a strike, 2-1.
Throws the changeup again.
He's loving the change today.
I'm not against it right there, that's for sure.
It's working. It's throwing Purdue off just a touch. 2 balls and a strike. Morgan's got the sign from Kopp. Here's the pitch. Just high and out, ball 3.
Now the same spot he was in before. Got to come in the zone. Need to keep him off balance.
Here's a 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count pitch on its way.
Goes with the cutter that time up in the zone. Now, again, this is the pitch that Marcus has had a difficult time with today. This 3-2 pitch. He's just overthrown it a couple times.
Runners will be going. Here's the pitch from Morgan. Outside, ball 4. Walked him. And a run comes home for the Boilers. It's 5-3.
And again, same thing. Just overthrows the cutter, misses it on the outside, and it's wide. Yep. It's not one of those where I'm like, oh man, why didn't he get a call? It's outside, and that Coach Heller's moving that will end Marcus's day.
5-3, Iowa with the lead. Purdue answers back with 1. Got to hold them here. Bases loaded and 2 outs. We'll have a pitching change. The Hawks will go to the bullpen. We'll take the break with them. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Let's be honest. We all like to be noticed. Picture yourself striding into Kinnick Stadium, radiating both style and comfort, while fellow Hawkeye fans can't help but ask, where'd you get that shirt? With pride, you point to the big screen and reply, it's Authentic Brand. Discover the remarkable difference that apparel with the Authentic Brand label brings. Ask for it by name at your favorite boutique, spirit shop, or retailer, or shop online at authentic-brand.com. It's time for a change in your style. It's time for Authentic Brand.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes.
New pitcher into the game for Iowa in the bottom of the 5th. A 5-3 ball game with the Hawks out in front. Iowa turns to Jack Whitlock, a junior right-hander.
1-2 on the year in 8 appearances, 11 2/3 innings. Giving up 17 hits, 16 runs, 7 walks, 13 strikeouts. Jack's been, since Georgia, he's been a little bit better, had a good appearance there in Georgia, and had an appearance against Western Illinois as well.
Comes in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He'll face Kornblum, right-handed hitter. Kornblum is 0 for 2 today. Nine hits for Iowa, 2 for Purdue, and we're in just a nail-biter of a game.
Well, that's kind of the way yesterday worked out as well. You know, big thing again for Marcus. You know, just 2 hits, but 4 walks, 2 hit batters, 2 wild pitches. The air didn't help him either, and unfortunately the air was on him.
Yeah.
So, you know, just...
It's one of those get out of your own way things you'd be really dealing.
Well, exactly. You see the dominance. It's just 2 hits, one of them a rolling single through the infield, and so, you know, there's tons of there's tons of almost there with Marcus. You just want to see him piece it all together and kind of build on it. And now firefighter Jack. Well, this is 1.0. Jack Young is 2.0.
Yes.
Whitlock was 1.0.
Jack has no room for error here. And Whitlock toes the rubber. He'll go from the windup against Kornblum. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Strike one on the outside corner. Good start for Jack.
And I love what he did there because the scouting report has to say spin, 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 spin. Jack throws fastball right there. Now he sets it up where he can spin Kornblum and spin him right into the turf.
0-1 delivery. Low and out. Whitlock, the wind and the fire. Strike two with the breaking ball in the inside corner, and it's 1-2.
Kornblum looked down at his third base coach. He wasn't sure what to make of that pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Whitlock is ready. Winds and fires, low and out. 2-2.
Gasser will probably challenge any ball that bounces. He's getting a great secondary lead.
Here's the 2-2. Outside, ball 3.
Interesting pitch there. Is on the 2-2 pitch, they went fastball.
Boilermakers making some noise. Here comes the full count pitch from Whitlock. Runners take off. Swing and a miss. Whitlock, hook, line, sinker, got him.
Got Kornblum chasing below the zone. Just couldn't help himself. What a pitch, what an out. And we will head to the sixth with the Hawks clinging to that 5-3 lead.
Just 1 run for Purdue. They leave them loaded. We're back for the 6th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Today's game is brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy, just like a Jack Whitlock strikeout with the bases loaded.
Loved it. Loved it. Great pitch. Textbook Jack Whitlock situation there to get out of the jam. And
you were nervous.
I was a little bit, well, of course I was nervous. Bases loaded for the other team. Yeah. But when the nerves are on and you get out of the jam like that, you skyrocket. You're excited. You're fired up. All right, we'll see Gable Mitchell lead it off for Iowa in the 6th. He'll go from the left side against Suval, who's still out there for Purdue. Gable really crowding the plate with a narrow stance. First pitch outside, ball 1. Maybe we can get a couple runs back now. Maybe the Hawks can get a couple runs back.
You know, Suval threw 23 pitches yesterday. He got out of that mess with just 11 pitches by getting that double play. So see if the Hawks can extend him here.
1-0 is pushed foul over to the left.
You know, I'm sure he'd throw a little, so, 25, 30 pitches probably isn't completely out of the question, but, try to run that up as quick as you can and break up that Purdue bullpen chain right now.
Yep. 1-1. That's in there for a strike. 1-2. You feel like you're one or two changes away from blowing it up out there.
Correct. They have Pratt, who hasn't thrown yet, who's a really strong arm, and then they're kind of out of the really good arms.
Gable with great discipline there, did not swing at the pitch low and out.
Not to say that there's not a guy that's going to pop in and be able to get outs, so still need to maintain discipline and do your thing, but the guys that they've leaned on so far this year.
2-2 on the ground, left side. Knocked down by Stevens. He'll make the long throw to first to get Mitchell for out number 1.
I mean, even when they get outs, it doesn't look smooth.
He dropped down to his knees over to his left. If there's any obstacle that he encounters, getting the ball out of his glove or getting the ball into his glove, that's going to be an issue. But able to recover and make the play.
Part of it, too, is, the dirt infield, the natural grass dirt infield is different.
Yeah, I was talking with Coach Bo, and he said it's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
The dirt is very hard.
Well, and that's great, except for when you hit a chewed-up spike mark from a base runner.
Ben Wilmus in the box. He rips this into left field for another base hit. Welcome back, Ben. Having a heck of a day for the Hawks.
Ben may just float home the way things have gone here in the last day and a half for him. So good to see him taking not only getting the hits, but taking good cuts, seeing the ball well, driving it somewhere. Now we'll see what the Hawks do with Michael.
1 out for Seegers.
Yeah, shortstop going and playing some cleanup there. Exactly what I was talking about. Trying to clean up the base path in front of him.
First pitch to Michael, he takes an outside strike. Yeah, I like what you're thinking here. Maybe if Iowa plays some games with Seegers. Top of the order's coming up, and it's been as hot as can be.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I know Michael, his strength isn't push bunting, but boy, there's an opportunity here.
0-1, Michael hits on the ground, left side, through into left field. Base hit. Single for Michael.
There's also an opportunity through a big hole there with, Purdue plays their third baseman closer to the bag than most teams we've seen. So they really kind of that old school, take away the line, take away the double. But boy, when your shortstop then's responsible for second base and he's leaning up the middle, it leads a big hole. Siegs didn't hit that ball that hard, but found a spot. And boy, not sure there's a better group to bring up right now.
Yeah, it's a little confusing the way they're aligned. Here's Andy Nelson, hit a 3-run homer in the 5th. He takes low and out.
Yeah, I would think they've learned some things about how they don't want to pitch him. I would think they're going to try to keep the ball away from Andy now. Anything inside, he's been able to drop a barrel on and turn.
1-0 delivery. Andy takes for a strike. Hard fastball. 5-3 Iowa in the 6th. The Hawks with 11 hits. Just 2 for Purdue.
That ball up and away a little bit.
The 1-1. Line drive into right. It is just foul. Just a couple feet foul.
Yeah, that was, at first I thought it was just well foul and it wasn't going to be a problem. But boy, that hung around a long time before drifting a few feet foul. And a good piece of hitting from Andy too. Talking about, knowing how they're going to attack you. They're going away, not trying to do too much with it and just drive it that way.
A ball and 2 strikes to Nelson. Suval pitches, low and out. Backhand stop behind the plate. Count even at 2. Sam Peterson waits on deck. Iowa with more traffic again. 5 for 14 with runners on base. Iowa leading 5-3 in the 6th. Here's the 2-2. Nelson takes it up and in. Ball 3. Full count. Nelson was up against it on that last one.
That was a tough no call for Purdue.
3-2. Fouled off.
Good job from Andy to fight that one off. Suval threw a really nice pitch there, low and away. Might have been the changeup even, and Andy was able to just fork it away a little bit, stay alive.
We'll do it again with another full count pitch from Suval. 1 out in the inning. Runners take off. Andy rips it to third, through, down the line and left. Here comes Wilmus. Here comes Seegers. 2 RBI double. Andy Nelson.
And man, that's a great pitch. That ball's the changeup. It's low and away. Andy takes it, rips it 99 right down the third base line. Scores 2 because the runners were in motion. Andy Nelson, have yourself a weekend, my man.
Scorching hot. Andy is sizzling. As the third baseman Stevens, he is visually frustrated because he was set up and had no move to make a play on that ball.
Well, the ball goes zinging by him 99 mile an hour off the bat. Boy, Andy Nelson.
7-3 Iowa. The Hawks have scored in the last 3 innings. We'll have a pitching change for Purdue. Hawks up 4, looking to add to it when we come back. Pitching change break. Hawks up 7-3. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
Does your company attire make you feel like you're always fourth and long? It's time for a change. Hand the ball off to Authentic Brand and watch your team transform into MVPs. On game days, our team dresses like champions in Authentic Brand. Ensure that your company's reputation remains untarnished by using nothing but the label specifically designed to display your company's identity. Ask your supplier for Authentic Brand products and see for yourself why it's more than just a label. It's a statement.
Feel the excitement as NASCAR returns to the Iowa Speedway with Powerball and the Iowa Lottery. Just add the double play bonus to your Powerball ticket for $1, then enter it in the VIP club, and you could win tickets to the sold-out NASCAR race or other exclusive race weekend prizes. Feel the power of NASCAR and double play today. Woohoo! See complete rules and details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Iowa leads 7-3 in the top of the 6th, thanks to an Andy Nelson 2 RBI double. He stands at second base. Sam Peterson will come up for the Hawks, and he'll face a new Purdue pitcher, senior right-hander from Albuquerque, Davis Pratt.
7 appearances with a 3.72 ERA, 9 2/3 innings, 12 hits, 4 runs have all been earned, 5 walks, 13 strikeouts, just 3 extra base hits. All those were doubles. Opponents hitting .300 against him. Only walked 5, but he has hit 4 batters, so opportunity there for the Hawks to create some havoc. Fastball's about 90. Got a curveball and a changeup he'll throw off that. Another one of those guys kind of throws not full subby, but gets it out to the side there and kind of slings it in that way. I think Jack Whitlock sweeper with the slider.
Okay. Good part of the order for Iowa right now. Sam Peterson will get the first look at him with Nelson out there at second base, 1 out. Iowa leading 7-3, looking to take the series over Purdue after dropping Friday's game and winning yesterday.
Yeah, this has been after the game Friday, this was, yesterday was a character check. Obviously you wanted to win the game, but you needed to show up, and they did, and responded well here after falling behind 2-0.
Peterson takes for a strike to begin his at-bat. A 1 pitch is low and out.
Now, scouting report says he likes the double fastball when he misses, so see how good the report is.
Right.
He comes right back with a fastball.
1-1, PD rips into left, base hit in front of Bolton. Here comes Nelson around third. He'll score. Throw goes into second base. RBI single for Sam Peterson. 8-3 Hawks.
And that is great Hawkeye scouting report right there. High percentage of time he doubles up on a fastball after a miss. And Sam Peterson's sitting on fastball. He's ready for one. Gets an inside fastball and drives it out into left.
Nicely done. Now the Hawks are pulling the ball. The left-handed starter didn't allow Iowa that opportunity. And now against the right-handers, the Hawks are turning the field. 8-3 Iowa. Here's Raider Tello. Tello takes a breaking ball down Main Street, strike one.
And now again, good chance you might see that pitch again.
0-1. Raider hits it foul just above us. 0-2.
Still just one out here in the inning, so
plenty to work with.
Might as well keep hanging crooked.
Throw over to first base. Keeps Peterson around the bag. Raiders seen two pitches right down the middle, but varying speeds, trying to time him up.
Yeah, he's seen both the fastball and the hook.
0-2 off the end of the bat. Base hit into left, in between short and third. And it's juggled by Bolton. Now Peterson's going to try to get to third base. He'll get there. Raider on the backside to second base. Purdue falling apart.
Boy, that is just sloppy and lazy. And, you know, there was a lot of talk about that of a team that wants to be the bully, that when you slap them back, you know, what happens?
Yes.
The bully doesn't always want to fight. And Iowa's seeing that right now. That was a nothing play for Bolton. You pick it up. Petey wasn't going anywhere. And instead, give both Hawkeye base runners an extra 90 feet.
Can really deliver the blow with Davis Kopp coming to the plate. Runners at second and third, one out. First pitch to Kopp. Breaking ball low and out.
You know, and this Purdue bullpen came into this series without giving up runs. I mean, they were long consecutive scoreless inning streak.
Davis hits it on the ground to short. Backhand stop is made there. He'll throw it to first to get Kopp, but Peterson scores from third. 9-3 Iowa.
Another RBI for Davis Kopp. Not exactly what he had in mind, but did a nice job. Got the run in. Hawks ahead by more than a handful now.
Up by 6. First pitch to Huckstorf is a breaking ball that floats in for a strike.
This is the type of guy that Huck just can demolish. I mean, he can get an out too, but he can see, if he sees this fastball.
0-1. Outside corner.
Ooh.
0-2.
Of course, if the umpire is going to expand the zone to there, then
that's a different story, isn't it?
Little less that Huck can do with it.
Yeah, we're reading a different book in that situation. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Huck. I'm thinking of the breaking ball, too. If he sees that right out of the hand, he could barrel that baby up. Tello at second base. Here's the 0-2 from Pratt. Off the end of the bat and caught by the second baseman. Right over the bag at second. Just did not have enough to get into center field. But 4 runs come across for Iowa. 9-3 Hawks. We'll bring you the bottom of the 6th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network? It's free for 30 days. Want to test drive U.S. Cellular even faster? Just get a race car driver to be your personal chauffeur.
Just let me buckle my... Whoa! Hey, my calls and data work great out here.
Test drive U.S. Cellular free for 30 days. Named the leader in 5G coverage in Iowa.
You can pull over now. Please?
U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Awards based on open signal independent data. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Iowa leads Purdue 9-3 as we get to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Hawks with 14 hits and really taking advantage of Purdue's errors now. The Boilermakers up to 4 errors. Jack Whitlock out for another inning of work after he finished off the 5th as he fires his final few warm-up tosses. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 10-second station ID. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. You get the sense that Purdue's going to push back a little bit now. They're down by 6, but they had a very, very intimate, heated conversation in their dugout.
Well, you saw, you noticed the team meeting in their dugout. So, a big inning. If you throw up a 0, if you're Iowa, you can maybe pop that balloon a little bit and end any desire to fight back.
Could be curtains if the Hawks put up a shutdown 0. Whitlock deals to Stevens. Strike 1 on the outside corner. It's exactly what Coach Heller was talking about coming into this series, and you've mentioned it a couple times, John. Purdue's kind of a rah-rah team. They go on their energy when things are clicking. It's all great, but when they fall apart or they're losing, man, they just kind of nosedive.
Well, like we talked about at the break, that Bolton error cost him a run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a lazy, easy play that all he's got to do is pick it up. And
Whitlock's 1-1 is waved at and missed.
By missing it, letting the runners move to second and third, then the Kopp ground ball to shortstop, which is hard hit, which Kopp isn't really fleet of foot, is a double play ball. And instead, they give the run. So now instead of being 8-3, you can argue who cares, but it's 9-3.
1-2, just outside. Hands got going for Stevens, but he kept the barrel behind the plane of the plate. It's 2-2.
I mean, so 4 errors, and really where Purdue made Iowa have a couple errors on Friday, I'm not sure that's been the case tonight.
2-2, grounded over to Iowa's dugout down the first baseline. Yeah, they've been 4 true, genuine errors for Purdue.
Yeah, just, a ground ball to the shortstop that he didn't field, that ball out in left field, just a couple, threw away a pickoff throw.
2-2, ground ball up the middle. Mitchell behind the bag at second, backhand stop, long throw to first, got him. How about the shift? Credit Mitch Bowe, defensive alignment.
Had him positioned perfectly. Gable's able to go over, make a good backhand play, and actually get his foot set. So, he was able to put it in the ground because he was in such a good position so he could make a strong throw and get that runner at first.
If Gable isn't pinching the middle there, that's a base hit to center.
Oh, 100%.
It'll bring up the 8-hitter Ty Gill, left-handed batter. Whitlock ready. First pitch, right down the middle. Strike 1. (9-3) Iowa in the bottom of the 6th, seeking a series win to open conference play. Downstairs from Whitlock, ball 1. (1-1). Gill squares to bunt, pushes it hard down the third baseline, but foul. 1-2.
Kind of surprised the TrackMan didn't pick up exit velo on that one.
That
was humming.
It's probably harder hit than some of the ones we've seen in the field of play today.
The first couple of balls that were hit off Marcus certainly weren't much harder than that.
Whitlock in strikeout territory now. 1 ball, 2 strikes ahead of Gill. Out of the windup, the right-hander fires. Just out, ball 2.
Or some guys like to work fast. Jack's not in a rush. He's kind of the opposite way.
2-2. hit well into center. Kyle turning, running. Kyle sprinting. Kyle diving. Kyle making the play. A diving catch angled towards the track in left center. And Kyle the Kid does it again.
Boy, that was a ball that I thought he had easy. And then because of that wind, it just kept pushing it away from him and pushing it away from him. So unlike yesterday where Bolton's drive kind of pushed back to him, that ball kept working away. Kyle tracking it, all of a sudden he's like, oh man, I got to maybe jet and dive here. Makes the grab.
I think that might have been a better catch than he had yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday's was flashier, but that one was pretty special.
2 down for Purdue. Swing and a miss by Spence Whitlock with the off speed to start.
And this is what you expect from the Iowa defense. You expect Gable to make a good, strong backhanded play. You expect Huck to run that down. You expect Whitlock to make a guy look silly with a beautiful breaking ball.
He didn't want to commit to that, but he did. No balls and 2 strikes. That was disgusting from Whitlock. He's looking for the strikeout now. The pitch from Jack. Ooh, did he go? No. Boy, he almost had him again, John. That pitch was low. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 9-3 Hawks. Out of the windup, Jack's ready. The pitch popped up right side. Wilmus, he's underneath it. Now he'll have to move forward. Ben still running. Ben sprinting. He's got it for the 3rd out. Caught it right near the line in right. The wind played a couple of tricks on it. It's a 1-2-3 inning, a shutdown inning for the Hawks. Exactly
what Iowa needed to have happen. Great inning from Jack. Well done pitching, getting ahead. Now score some more runs.
Let's go. 9-3 Iowa. We'll bring you the 7th right after this. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
Chef Grunder, let's dive right into the machine shed. Fridays here mean all you care to have fried or broiled North Atlantic cod. Or try our bone-in seasoned catfish lightly fried. More of a salmon lover? Choose between the machine shed's white wine sauce or apple bourbon glaze. Our sauteed savory shrimp will satisfy your taste buds with Old Bay seasoning and Asiago cheese. Join us this Friday for seafood worth savoring at the Shed. Iowa 80 and Hickman Road, Urbandale, and Iowa 80 Northwest Boulevard, Davenport.
Have you heard about this new type of television experience from Epson? It's called the Epic Vision Ultra Laser Projection TV. It combines a new type of laser projection technology along with a unique Epson Silverflex screen to produce an epic 120-inch 4K Pro UHD picture that's up to 4 times bigger than a traditional 60-inch TV. There's no better way to watch live sports, and watching Iowa basketball play live on this big bright TV is simply awesome. If you're a sports fanatic like me, you need to check this new Epson TV out for yourself. Visit Epson.com/TV to learn more.
As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Hawkeyes lead Purdue 9-3 as we get to the top of the 7th. Pratt continues to pitch for Purdue.
Pratt's not going to get 9 outs, though, I don't think. So they're going to have to get deeper into that bullpen.
Major shift on for Reese. Pull side as Moore stands in, takes ball 1. Iowa has a midweek scheduled on Tuesday evening at Illinois State. Be back on the road. 1-0 catches the inside corner 1-1, and then at home for back-to-back weekends. Get Minnesota at home for Easter weekend, and then Michigan at home the weekend following.
Decent forecast for the Minnesota series.
Strike 2 to Reese. Yeah, it looks great this weekend. In the 60s Friday and Saturday. Maybe a little cooler for Easter Sunday, but still pleasant enough to come out to the ballpark.
Yeah. Find some eggs on the field.
1-2 is outside. Yeah, there'll be an Easter egg hunt on Sunday.
See if Reese can get going here. Find a good swing against the right-hander.
Drives it deep to left. Ooh, this is going to carry. Bolton going back. Get going, baby. It is off the wall. Moore clubs a double to left to lead off the Iowa 7th.
Boy, that was a beauty, too. Other than he hit it too high, and again, the major league too high. What do you mean it's too high? This one wasn't gone, but he used the wind, and that ball just kept Again, same way it moved away from Huck in the top half or the bottom half of the inning. That ball just kept moving away from Bolton, and that will be the end of the day for Pratt, I would guess.
And you had said, John, he probably didn't have 9 outs left.
Didn't realize he didn't have any.
Zero, John. The bullpen door is opening beyond the left field wall. Purdue is making a change in the 7th. Iowa 9, Purdue 3. We're back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
New pitcher into the game for Purdue. They'll go with a junior right-hander, 6'3", 200 pounds, Carter Dorn.
7 appearances on the season, a 6.10 ERA, 10 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs have all been earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 244 against him, but of those 10 hits, 5 have been extra bases. Fastball is going to be the low 90s. He's going to throw a changeup and a slider off that. Yeah, but he's mostly fastball slider. Not a ton of the changeup. Maybe he'll go after the lefties, but his fastball got hit some last weekend, and so then he went more to the slider. So see what type of mix the Hawkeye hitters get here. But when he spots that fastball, go ahead and do some damage to it.
Gable Mitchell come up first. And he'll bat from the left side against Dorn. Leadoff double for Reese Moore. Right on cue, John. You've been efficient with your with calling your shots today.
What did I do with Reese?
Maybe. Well, you called the double. You said, let's see if Reese can get back on track.
Yeah.
And he pushed one out to left off the wall.
Iowa with 14 hits yesterday. Topped it today with 15 so far.
Mitchell takes low and in. Iowa's batting average is moving up. The Hawks entered batting .319. Did a pretty decent job this weekend against Purdue. Mitchell squares the bunt, tried to pull it down the first base side and knocked it foul.
Yeah, after just 6 hits on Friday night and an all-around out-of-sorts performance, the hitters took the challenge to heart, and I'd argue that the pitching staff has done a reasonably good, if not an exceptional job of taking that to heart as well.
1-1 count for Mitchell. Moore at second base. Gable takes a strike on the outside corner.
Boy, that was a really nice breaking pitch there. Again, with nobody out here, just do a job. Get the ball on the ground to the right side. Move him up.
One-two is grounded to the second baseman. Gill brings it in. He'll throw it to first base for the out, and Moore gets to third.
Do a job. You know, you'd like to think 9 runs is enough, but why assume? You know, I've seen a lot of highlights on Twitter and things of teams coming back. There was somebody down 8-1 yesterday in the 9th inning that scored 7. So go ahead and keep building the pile. Can make them want to stop playing.
Infield comes in and also pinches way off the lines for Wilmus. Ben takes low and out. I haven't seen this before, John.
Well, for a team that has just flat guarded the line the whole game, the third baseman you've got now Stevens is playing right in the 5-6 hole. He's nowhere near a normal third base, which will allow Moore to get a huge lead.
Outside ball 2 to Wilmus. How about a bunt down one of the lines?
Yeah, wouldn't even have. Now they're going to go back to nope.
Yeah, they're going to try to hold Moore on a little closer. So Stevens at third goes back closer to the bag. They're shifting over to the left now. What is going on? Well, first of all, that Dorn's not throwing strikes to Wilmus.
Yeah, now we've decided that Ben can't bounce one up the middle because all he has to do now is get any ball halfway past the pitcher, and it's going to roll
into the outfield. Just to the left of the mound is wide open. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Wilmus. That's low, ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Runners at the corners and 1 out. I haven't seen anything like what we just witnessed last minute of Wilmus's at bat.
No, and I said it yesterday too, that and I didn't necessarily mean it as a compliment, that I've learned a lot from this Purdue staff and team. I don't know what I've learned with that, but I've seen a bunch of different things.
That'll bring up Michael Seegers. He's reached all 3 times today. He comes up with runners at first and third and 1 out. 9-3 Iowa. Dorn has missed on 5 in a row. Throws it outside to Michael.
And again, this is a guy that came in, just walked 3 guys in 10 1/3 innings. Wouldn't be really surprised to see Michael go short game here either.
Outside corner for strike 1. The corners are even with the bag, with their respective bags now. Middle infield playing back. Double play territory. 1 ball and a strike.
Yeah, Middle wants to turn a 6-4-3 double play. Purdue's done that.
Michael showed bunt, pulled it back. The pitch is out of the zone.
I wouldn't surprise me at all to see Iowa stay with that plan.
Wilmus at first base, Moore at third. Here's the 2-1. Michael took it for a strike. Thought about a bunt, didn't commit to it.
And that was a perfect pitch to bunt.
Right down the heart of the plate.
Right down the heart of the plate. Dorn's not exceptionally fast, so maybe you can prevent the double play here by sending Wilmus.
They'll try a pick-off move over there to first. Wilmus leaning a bit. He gets back safely.
Crossed their mind, too. Wilmus doesn't have a stolen base this year.
Iowa trying to add to the lead. They've scored in 3 consecutive innings. The 2-2 popped up on the infield. Foul territory. First baseman Gaffney comes down the line. He catches it for the second out.
Boy, and that's just, unfortunately, lousy execution on the bunt.
Don't typically see that from Seegers.
But if you're going to have a guy coming to the plate, this isn't a bad guy to come to the plate.
Andy Nelson, couple of extra base hits the last 2 times that he's been up.
The last 2 innings.
Right. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Andy takes for a ball downstairs.
And the good news of having Sam Peterson stand behind you is that you can't exactly pitch around when you've got a guy hitting 388 with power behind you.
1-0 to Nelson. Outside, ball 2. Andy with a double that brought home 2. And a home run that plated 3 for the Hawks today. Also walked to start the game. Favorable position for Nelson. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, runners at the corners for Iowa.
There's an acre down the left field line.
And he tried to find it, didn't he? Fouled it straight back. He was out in front. Counts 2-1.
That's a good pitch there from Dorn. Down 2-0. We talk about it with the Iowa pitchers of being able to not give in on a 2-0 pitch, and he did not there as he threw the changeup around. Actually, it might have been the slider, but dropped it right in.
2-1. Nelson ripped it foul again, straight back. So Dorn has done a nice job to get back in the count, even at 2. Still haven't sent Wilmus from first base. How about now?
No.
Here's the 2-2. Foul again over to the right.
At this point, well, I could make a pretty good argument either way. You send him, worst thing that happens is he gets thrown out, and you get Nelson a new count, but then you don't give him the opportunity to drive in the run that's out there.
I'm on board with the latter. Here's the 2-2. He chased a pitch low and out. And Nelson could not hold off. He strikes out. Iowa leaves a couple of runners on base. It's 9-3 Hawks. We'll stretch things out at Alexander Field in West Lafayette.
Hey, Hawk fans, it's time for the Blue Bunny 7th inning stretch. You know what to do. Get up, stretch those legs, and go enjoy the best 7th inning stretch tradition of all, Blue Bunny ice cream. Blue Bunny is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeyes and the 7th inning stretch. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
The big game. Family. Friends. We know you count on Alliant Energy to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need, whether you're watching the game, cooking your famous burgers, or leaving a light on for loved ones. For us, it means going beyond the expected to make sure we're planning for the energy you need today and tomorrow. That way you can keep your eye on the ball and focus on what's most important to you. Find out more at alliantenergy.com/poweringbeyond.
John Evans and John Leo from West Lafayette, Indiana, Iowa, on top of Purdue in the rubber match, 9-3. Bottom of the 7th inning. The Hawks will make a change on the mound. They'll go with the sophomore right-hander, Anthony Watts.
7 appearances on the season. He's 1-0 with a save, 5.02 ERA, 14 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs have all been earned, 14 walks, 21 strikeouts. Opponents getting him at just a 176 batting average. So the problem has been the free bases and then the untimely hit. But it was Tuesday, right, against Grandview? He was exceptionally sharp.
Yes. Watts is seemingly that piece in the bullpen that the staff feels, man, if Watts can just deliver consistently, be really good shape.
Well, and I think there's a lot of guys, but certainly Anthony fits that mold because there's a lot of different things he can do. He can stretch out. He could get you conceivably a 3-inning save here. He could come in on certain weekends and he could be the guy where you just need 3 outs and he could come get that for you too. But he's certainly a guy that's capable if he finds the strike zone. If he keeps bringing it and consistently finds the zone. He's an exceptional tool for the Hawkeye bullpen.
He'll be tasked with the top of the order to begin the bottom of the 7th. Bolton, Gasser, and Gaffney. The Hawkeyes are out hitting the Boilermakers 15-2 in today's game and lead at 9-3.
That seems good if you're rooting for the Hawkeyes.
Right.
On both counts.
You're up in both. It's a good sign. All right, Watts, the right-hander, is on the rubber and ready to roll. Here's the first pitch to Bolton. Swing and a miss. Good start.
Boy, starts him off with a changeup. Love it.
Working quickly, the 0-1 is outside. Anthony can pitch with the satisfaction of a 6-run lead.
And Anthony's Iowa's version of Morales. He is going to pitch quickly.
Needs to pitch accurately, though, as he's missed a couple times outside.
Fair.
2-1.
When Morales quick pitch, he didn't throw a strike either.
That's low, ball 3.
Ooh.
Close, good spot with a hard fastball, but don't get the call, and it's 3-1.
That ball's a strike.
Deep breath from Watts. He fires. Popped up, foul down the left side, and the count will be full.
Make sure that one's a strike and gets the swing, too. Now he needs to make sure he comes in the zone. It just feels like they've had a hard time on the 3-2 pitches besides Whitlock.
Another foul ball over to the same spot, out of play, into the parking lot over to the left.
I'm sure it hasn't been as bad as that, but
it feels that way. I agree with you, John.
You remember the one bad one, and you don't always remember the other 3 good outcomes.
Sure. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Watts winds and fires. Inside, ball 4. Walked the speedy Bolton. Boy, you just kind of let him hang around that way.
Boy, 2 of those pitches, though, are... That one's a little down and in. And the 2-0 pitch, or 2-1 pitch, was a strike that didn't get called. So, but that doesn't help you any.
Yeah.
Now, whether Bolton's a threat to run here or not, down 6, not entirely sure, but just need to get outs.
Watts from the stretch now, low and in. Ball 1.
Because you can let Bolton run all the way around and steal home if you want. 9-4 doesn't hurt you.
Kopp will ask for time and go check in on Watts. Anthony's got to settle in here.
Kopp's got the California cool walk out there too. So by the time he gets out there, most of the home plate umpires are like, okay, I got to go break this conference up. And Davis hasn't even got there yet.
Now, when pitching with the lead, you'd think that things would be, calming and you don't have too much pressure, but Watts walks Bolton and then falls behind early to Gasser.
Well, particularly with these 2 guys. I mean, I know we've seen Bolton put a charge into 2 balls, but for the most part, these 2 guys don't have the power to really, really hurt you. And they really don't when you have a 6-run lead.
And the only way they hurt you then is if you give them something. Here's the 1-0, low, ball 2.
Yeah, your table setting now for the guys that do have power,
right?
And that's what needs to buckle in and stop here real quick.
Iowa with some activity in the bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes. Watts with a long pause, try and move over to first base.
Got a guy just threw off his warm-up top, so he's going to see how quick he can get warmed up.
Here's a 2-0. High and out, ball 3. Looks like it's Jack Young getting loose.
Firefighter 2.0.
Yep. 3 balls, no strikes. There's a strike from Watts. Stays alive in the count. See what Anthony goes with here. 3-1 is another strike. Low outside corner, full count.
Good pitch there again, low and away. Right in the outside quadrant. I guess it's not, well, it is quadrant, but whatever the 9 box would be.
Yeah. Full count again for a Purdue hitter. See if Watts can get this one. Here's a 3-2. Low.
Oh, jeez.
Ball 4. And back-to-back walks make things interesting. Iowa leading 9-3 in the 7th, but just giving Purdue more opportunities.
Boy, that ball is right across at the knees. Maybe low knee, but
just didn't get the call. And that'll draw Coach McGrath out of the Iowa dugout to go talk with Watts on the mound. And now, like John mentioned, Purdue's got some powerful hitters coming up with Gaffney first. Sutter and Cascanet to follow. Gaffney has 15 extra base hits on the season, including 4 home runs. It's a 6-run lead for Iowa in the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, all of these guys coming into the game driven in 27-plus runs. So they're used to doing a job here.
Coach McGrath, as he comes off the field, talks with Daniel Jimenez, the home plate umpire.
I mean, Watts got squeezed on both at-bats, but again, don't let it get to 3-2. Get ahead and don't have to fight that fight.
Watts ready. First pitch to Gaffney, low and out, gets by Kopp. Runners at second and third with nobody out.
I don't know if he got crossed up there. That was it was a changeup outside, but it didn't look like it was that far, or certainly not uncatchable. Takes the double play out of order now. Just need to find the competitive strike zone area.
Watts goes back to the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner, 1-1. Working a little quicker now. The 1-1 is across for a strike. All right, 1-2. Gaffney turns around to the home plate umpire and asks if that was high. That was upper half of the zone, but not high.
We're going to have Purdue reindeer games here because we're not happy with Watts pitching fast after Morales pitched fast all day Friday. But now when it happens against you, we're not going to be amused by that.
Counts 1-2.
I mean, that's exactly what it was.
Right.
Anthony pitched fast, and that's one of the things Anthony likes to do.
Here comes the 1-2 from Watts. Ground ball up the middle. Mitchell, backhand stop. Jump throw from the hole at first. Got him. A run will come down the line and score, but that's a good play by Mitchell to get an out.
Hey, you'll take that right now. That has seeing eye single written all over it too, but Gable's able to make a good play. We talked about the inning before when he makes that play. He was in perfect position, was able to plant his foot. That time he wasn't. I mean, he's still in great position, but wasn't able to plant his foot. Makes a good throw, gets the out. That's an illegal pitch.
Logan Sutter comes up. Watts.
Actually, I would give him a break that he hadn't given him the sign yet, so it wasn't even an illegal pitch because he hadn't been told he could go.
All right, now we're set. Now we're ready.
Now Watts holds it. I like it.
Taking his time. Here's the first pitch. It's grounded foul over to the left.
That's part of the game.
Watts is pretty fired up out there, isn't he?
Well, and I think Purdue has played these games all weekend long, and so somebody needs to be offended by it.
Watts seems to be taking on that responsibility.
And I'm good with that if you can control it.
Yes. High and tight there, ball 1. Runner at third with 1 out. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
The problem I have is I have to refresh TrackMan so often, and he pitches so fast. It's hard.
Good luck.
It's hard to get the screen up in time.
Watts working quickly. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Woo! And Watts is chirping. Whoa! 2 down.
I talked to Kyle Huckstorf yesterday, and I talked to Hackett the day before, and I was amazed at the chatter that Purdue is throwing at them on, like when Huck got the hit, the pitcher was still yelling at him.
Yeah.
Even after Huck got a hit.
Strike 1 from Watts on the inside corner. It's 9-4 Iowa in the bottom of the 7th. There's 2 outs and a runner at third for Purdue.
But if you're Purdue, this is what you do. I mean, to get yourself fired back up, this is kind of what you need to do.
Outside corner, 0-2. All right. Seems like with Watts, you might just need to irritate him a little bit before you send him out to the mound.
Well, because it's funny, and you've talked to him for the 6 weeks I have too. He's such a calm, mild-mannered kid. And I suppose it's a little bit like with what Justin Hackett. I'm Justin everywhere else. I'm Hack on the baseball field, and maybe we'll have to figure out: is he Anthony? Is he Tony? Is he killer wattage when he gets on the mound?
0-2, just up and in. Good pitch from Watts. Beautiful spot.
Ooh, that was outstanding.
Cascanet gets back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Anthony. Almost hit him, up and in. 2-2.
All right, get back on the rubber. Go back into what you were doing. Find that rhythm again.
Out of the windup, Anthony's ready. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. High wattage. Got him.
Fastball inside. Strike 3. And Anthony Watts. Love the irritation. Purdue gets 1, but Iowa maintains the 5-run lead.
We'll go to the 8th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Even the simplest act can set a chain of good in motion, like choosing Delta Dental of Iowa for your dental and vision insurance. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you make a difference for others. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics, visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
9-4 Iowa in the top of the 8th. We'll have Sam Peterson come up first for the Hawkeyes. He'll see Carter Dorn, the right-hander. Peterson having another solid game. Oh, he takes strike 1 and another zip code outside.
It was only 2 balls out.
Just outside of the city limits.
Anthony Watts did not get those on the first 2 hitters.
Here's the 0-1. Petey watches it go by for a ball.
Well, the Purdue radio guy was in the booth before we went on the air, and he said their home plate umpires have left something to be desired in the last week or 2.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that pitch, 1-2. And Purdue's wrapping up a 13-game homestand. They played a lot of home games.
It's unbelievable. We'd have to get to the end of May before we could safely play 13 home games in a row.
Takes till the middle of March to get a home series for the Hawks. 1-2. Low and out.
And that one wasn't very nice.
It was disgusting.
This hasn't been the warmest, but it's been pretty good.
Easy for us to say up in an enclosed booth. Yesterday was a mess, apparently. We were somewhat warm. 2-2. Petey hits it on the ground, foul to third. We'll have great weather this weekend, though. Really looking forward to that Easter weekend and Minnesota coming to town. The Gophers will come. They've got a couple of good pitchers, Minnesota does. So we'll have to be the Hawks will have to be prepared for that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dorn to Peterson. Outside, ball 3.
Nearly the pitch that was called a strike to lead off the at-bat. It was a little bit more outside. It was a different area code.
Yeah. Full count. Peterson looking to get on for another opportunity. Swings, misses, drop third strike. Peterson sprinting down the line, and he is out. Petey chased that one.
Yeah, he chased that. And that's the one thing that, Friday night, Iowa chased changeup after changeup down below the zone. For the most part, over the last 2 days since, Iowa has not chased that pitch, although that's the one that sends Petey back to the dugout.
Tello takes a strike at the knees.
And Watts definitely didn't get that pitch. And then Petey ran down to first base like a roadrunner because he was so mad.
He almost beat it, honestly.
He did. I mean, again, there was some anger run there.
High for ball one.
We talk about guys, they hit one extra hard because they're mad. Petey was running extra fast because he was mad there.
There was a cloud of dust behind him.
Lost his helmet right out of the box.
1 ball, 1 strike. Tello swings and misses 1 and 2. We need to get the story on Sam Peterson's helmet. You wonder if he's had it the whole time, why it always falls off. Does he like it loose?
I got that.
You have the story.
I do have that story.
Let's hear it after this pitch from Dorn to Tello. Outside, ball 2.
So Iowa has a brand of helmet that runs for everyone, or that, of course, your school contract. Well, with maybe a couple players, the sizing of the helmet isn't very good. And so they maybe switch around a little.
2-2, Rader rips it into center, but right to Kornblum, who makes the catch for out number 2.
Rader's best hit ball turns into an out, and the two little nubbers he hit turned into base hits.
We'll hear about that.
But so yeah, they have little wedges and things, shims that they put in to try to make it fit better. But he is an awkward fit helmet, and so it just doesn't. He doesn't have a good fit helmet relative to some of the others.
I like when it falls off when he's going for extra bases. That's a good sign. Davis Kopp in the box for Iowa.
Yeah, it can't stay on more than 90 feet or so. So if he's rounding hard and going to second, it's going to fall off at about that 105, 110-foot mark.
Yeah.
That's going first to third, any of those.
0-1 to Kopp is high. Davis today is 2 for 4.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a weekend, too.
It's this high in the air, shallow center. Kornblum sprinting forward, but it's Gill, the second baseman, who will drift back and make the catch for the third out. Nothing doing for Iowa in the top of the 8th. 9-4, Hawks lead. We're back after this. This is Iowa baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bumps Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bumps is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers, or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game, or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Feel the excitement as NASCAR returns to the Iowa Speedway with Powerball and the Iowa Lottery. Add the double play bonus to your Powerball ticket for your chance to win exclusive NASCAR prizes. See complete rules and details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Anthony Watts out for the bottom of the 8th. They'll face 6, 7, 8, Kornblum, Stevens, and Gill. They're due up for Purdue. A new catcher into the game for Iowa, Cade Moss. He'll enter the game.
Now catching number 40, Keith Moss.
9-4 Iowa in the 8th. The Hawkeyes have only allowed 2 Purdue hits.
Number 20, Cooper.
Unfortunately, those have turned into 4 Purdue runs, so they've multiplied. That's not usually the way that works.
No. Watts struggled to start the 7th, but settled in. And got back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning. Fires down low to Kornblum. Next pitch is hit down the line in right. Nelson giving chase. Andy's got a basket catch over there by the net for out number 1. Almost ran out of room.
Almost. Outstanding reach right in front of the netting. He was able to reach over. Yeah, the 7th inning started off with 2 3-2 walks from Watts. A pass ball, a ground ball up the middle, and then 2 strikeouts swinging. So, again, you see walk, pass ball cost the Hawkeyes a run.
Much better start to the 8th for Watts. And he continues it with a swing and a miss by Joe Stevens, third baseman.
Yeah, and he did that by falling behind 1-0, so much better to get ahead 0-1.
0-2.
Even better to be ahead 0-2.
Lovely on the inside corner.
Because that's what you saw. He was 1-2 to Gaffney, got the ground out, strikeout on 1 and 2, strikeout on 2 and 2.
Fastball just downstairs, maybe a bit outside to 1 and 2.
Good spot. Purdue's shown a willingness to swing at some of that.
Watts fires, ground ball to third. Rader, he brings it in. He'll throw it across the diamond. 2 down. Rader hasn't had an opportunity to make too many defensive plays. He looked pretty good there.
That might be the first assist. He's had a couple. He's had a couple bunt plays and things, so he's had a few.
The second baseman, number 2.
All right, finish the inning, Anthony. 8-hitter Ty Gill comes up.
And this is a guy that hasn't been as much of a menace today, but has been all weekend.
It's a contact hitter, but somehow finds a way on. He bats .245.
1 for 6, but has a couple walks here in the 9 spot, or 8 spot.
Mm-hmm. Watts has fallen behind. 2 balls, no strikes. Just off the corner, outside, ball 3.
Again,
just having a hard time throwing Gill strikes this weekend.
He doesn't even really particularly crowd the plate. Bolton's right on top of the plate. Gill's close, but not that close.
3-0's in there for a strike from Watts. We'd like to get Gill out and then start off with Spence in the 9th.
That'd be great, although let Iowa hit him then.
Here's a foul ball in the box, 3-2.
Caught a break there as that ball was low and had Gill fooled. You'd think he had 2 strikes already the way he tried to protect the plate there instead of just taking it.
What do you like here, fastball?
I do like fastball. Just overmatch him. Get it in the zone, overmatch him.
Full count pitch. In the air, down the left field line, it is foul.
Steady drop the changeup.
Maybe it could be a setup, John.
I like the location of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why the changeup allows Gill to fight it off. The fastball, I don't think he can match up to.
3-2. In the air, deep to center. Huckstorf turning. He's running. Kyle still going. He dropped this one. It was over his head, and it kind of spun away from him at the last moment, kicked off the heel of his glove. And that means a lot to Gill, who slaps the ground. He's got a double.
Boy, that was... Wind blew it away from him again. Really thought Huck had that the whole way. Knew it was going to be difficult, but thought he was going to run it down. And with the slice the left-hander had on it and the wind pushing it again, it just kind of kept working away from Kyle and working away and wasn't able to do it.
Late, too.
Yeah.
Seemed like the later in that flight, it moved over Kyle. Strike one from Watts to Keenan Spence.
But that's the difference between getting ahead 0-1 and being down, 3-0, 3-1 and having to fight back.
Yeah. 2 outs, runner at second base. 9-4 Iowa, bottom 8. And now this ball is mashed out to left center. This is trouble. And this is a home run.
Spence did that yesterday. 107 off the bat. That goes 414. That's a pretty mean number 9 hitter right there.
All with 2 outs. 9-6.
And again, the double or the all with 2 outs, but it's you're down 3-1 to a hitter, 3-0 to a hitter, try to battle back. And now you just need to calm down.
Ball 1 to Bolton.
I know we talk a little bit about the fired up part of it, but you also need to take a deep breath, recognize what you're trying to do.
There's strike 1.
And that's an outstanding pitch.
Important pitch. Purdue hanging around, bottom 8. Iowa leads by 3. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Spun him in with a slider low and in.
That was the changeup again.
That much movement?
Yeah, it just fell right off.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Watts. High and out.
Showed the fastball up and away.
Two outside. Full count. Good spot. Couldn't bring it in the back door. And again, another full count pitch. Tension building a bit.
Tried to throw the changeup again.
3-2. Ball 4.
But you just can't nibble. You just need to go get him. You still got a 3-run lead. He can't hit a solo 3-run home run. Don't give him the base, and that will be it for Anthony.
Coach Heller out of the dugout. A change is coming in the bottom of the 8th. 9-6, Iowa leading by 3. We're back after this pitching change break. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Iowa makes a pitching change in the bottom of the 8th inning, leading Purdue 9-6. The Boilers are hanging around, though, and got a good part of their order coming up. Iowa goes with the right-hander, senior from LeClaire, Jack Young.
2-0 on the season in 10 appearances with a 1.17 ERA, 7 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned. Jack came into the game yesterday in a bit of a pickle. Didn't end up getting any save or anything, but through 2/3 of an inning, struck out a guy. Did hit the first guy he faced to create some extra drama, but then got a big strikeout and a flyout to end the threat.
He'll enter with a runner at first base and 2 outs. And needing to end this inning right now. Things just a little uneasy. Iowa leading by 3. But just with the way the the season has gone. Yesterday, Iowa had a great win where the bullpen shut things down and closed out a win.
Well, absolutely, and no harm done so far. I mean, it's, you've given up 3 runs in a row. You've still got the tying run is sitting in the on-deck circle, so that's where you'd like him to stay. You would really prefer he doesn't come up to the plate. Just get this out, and then you're 3 outs away, but heck, you can add to it in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, it just sounds better to slam the door instead of hanging on, There's just a difference in the feel of that. We'll see Gasser now, left-handed hitter. First pitch, strike from Young, outside corner. Bolton at first base, you could see him think about moving, but a 3-run lead for Iowa and 2 outs. Purdue might think they have something going.
Yeah, it's another one of those you could probably make a good argument either way.
0-1, swing and a miss. Dropped right off the table, and Gasser went after it, 0-2.
If you feel like you get a good jump, Jack's not going to throw the high 90s fastball that's going to be a great pitch to throw. But Iowa not really worried too much about him right now.
0-2, lifted into left center. Huckstorf sprinting forward. Kyle jumps up. He's got it for the 3rd out. Nicely done by Jack Young.
Well done. Kyle was so excited to get it. He almost overran it a half step, but got the important part, got the out. Again, left the tying run in the on-deck circle.
Iowa leads 9-6. We'll head to the 9th right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Are aches, pains, or injuries keeping you on the sidelines? At Athletico, our movement experts are here to help you turn your setbacks into comebacks and create a personalized game plan for your recovery. With no prescription or referral needed, Athletico Physical Therapy is where your comeback story begins. Get started today by scheduling a free assessment at athletico.com. Proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Top of the 9th inning, Iowa 9, Purdue 6. Seeking some insurance after Purdue put up a couple runs in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, it's gotten a little more exciting than we needed it to be, but hey, we've got a safe situation.
Kyle Huckstorf will lead off the 9th for Iowa. Kyle's hitless today. He's 0 for 4. Trying to put some pressure on Purdue in the 9th.
Push bunt?
Maybe a good idea. First pitch, ripped it, foul. In left.
Boy, and those 2 kids that were rolling on that hillside were paying no attention at all.
Yeah, that got a little close to him, didn't it?
And then all of a sudden the ball just came rolling down from the roof.
Where's that been? I mean, this is an angled roof. I don't know how that's possible.
We get a couple balls caught in like the corner of the netting at home. I assume it had to be something like that, but what shook it loose, I'm not sure.
Yeah. In the dirt to Huck, ball 1.
I think the thing that made Spence's home run impressive is that wind isn't helping as much as it was. It's more toward the foul pole, toward that hitting facility we talked about.
Right. 1-1 to Huckstorf, outside, ball 2. Dorn continues to pitch for Purdue.
Yeah, they've ended up getting everything they wanted out of him to kind of keep giving yourself a chance. You know, he's at 34 pitches before this at bat.
Massive gap in left center for Kyle. Hasn't seen anything to hit though. 3-1.
Yeah, Dorn threw 50 pitches against Samford a week ago. Threw 28 pitches in the midweek game, but 50 is by far his most. And he's going to be pushing that number here.
Ground ball to short.
Oh,
Wow, played off to the side by the shortstop Gasser. He throws it across for out number 1. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. Here comes Reese Moore to bat for Iowa. 1 out, bases empty. Hawks up 3 in the 9th. 3 infielders on the right side as Moore squares to bunt. And he tried to pull it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he wanted to pull that, but all he had to do was hit a terrible bunt to third base, and he's going to beat it out all day.
Third baseman Stevens is
shortstop.
Is basically playing at shortstop.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea, and I love the willingness to do it.
Do it again. It's got to be a firm bunt, though. The pitcher come off the mound. 0-1 to Moore. Swinging away and hits it foul over to the right.
Yeah, if he's going to make that bunt, he's got one job, and it's to push it past the pitcher, because he doesn't really want to hug the line, but I mean, irrelevant at this point. But.
Yeah, 2 strikes.
But he did go the opposite way with his double in his last at-bat.
0-2. That's high. Reese batting .352 for the Hawks. Cooled off a little bit, but hopefully picking it back up.
Yeah, for his sake, stop seeing a bunch of left-handers would be great.
That'd be a start, wouldn't it? Here's the 1-2 from Dorn. Ground ball right side, right into the shift. Gill's got it. He'll throw to first, 2 down.
You'd like to see Iowa extend this inning just a little bit. Been sitting on 15 hits for 2 2/3 innings, I think, and just to delay the momentum a little bit that Purdue's been having.
2 outs for Gable Mitchell. Swings at the first pitch, John.
That was not exactly what I had in mind.
Shallow center, second baseman, shortstop come together. It's Gasser, the shortstop. He's got it for out number 3. All right, we'll go to the bottom of the 9th right after this. Jack Young headed out of the dugout to the mound. He'll be tasked with closing out this game. 9-6 Iowa. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Whether you're building a backyard fence for your family's new best friend or firing up the excavator for your next commercial project, a free and simple call can save you from expensive fines and even save your life. Call 811 at least 2 days before you start your next project to have underground utility lines located and marked. At Mid-American Energy, your safety is our #1 priority. So, make it your priority to call 811 before you dig. Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
(9-6) Iowa as we get to the bottom of the 9th of the finale with Purdue. 3 outs to go to get the series win. Let's go get him, Jack Young.
Might as well. You're here.
Yes.
You're on the mound.
3, 4, 5. It'll be a group of righties coming to the plate. Gaffney, Sutter, and Castanet.
Should set up well for the spinners.
Number 49, Gaffney.
I still want to know where all these people got all the food around us. The sweets, I kind of understand where they come from, but
yeah, there's not a. We just got access to drinks, huh, John?
That's all I've been able to steal for us so far.
First pitch from Young to Gaffney is in there for strike 1. Young got a fly out to end the 8th. Here's the 0-1. Hit high in the air, right side. Will it stay in play? No, it'll be foul. 0-2. Gaffney today is 0 for 3, but he has walked.
RBI ground out back in the 7th. Hit a good ball up the middle that Gable Mitchell made a really nice play on.
Young comes set. He's ready with the 0-2. Here's the pitch from Jack. High. Good hard fastball.
Kind of have to show that every once in a while so they can't just complete set on the Frisbees.
See if Jack goes back to the off-speed. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Throw it right by him.
Well done. Jack Young buries it on the outside part of the plate down low.
Number 10.
One away here in the 9th.
Good start for Young in the 9th. That'll bring up Sutter. Sutter's 0 for 4 today. Struck out his last 2 times. Right-handed hitter. Young deals. Chopped foul. Third base side.
Does have 4 hits in the series, though.
He's their DH. Oh, 1. Outside corner, strike 2.
Boy, it's funny when you pound the zone, the umpire gets to be a little bit more friendly for you.
No kidding. We'll take it, but 0-2. Too far outside that time. Ball 1.
Not that friendly.
Not that friendly.
Purdue basketball, though, looking like they're going to advance to the Sweet 16 on the men's side.
They're up big on Utah State. I don't even want to look at my bracket, John. The 1-2 is a cold third strike. High portion of the zone. 2 down.
Beautiful pitch there. Just had him completely frozen. Through the Frisbee that just held the level.
One more to go, Jack. Here's Cascanet. 2 down, bases empty. Iowa leads 9-6, bottom 9. Young fires. Strike 1 at the knees. I love it, Jack.
Amazing what happens when you throw strike 1. I mean, you saw it with Marcus, too. When Marcus threw strike 1, he was unhittable for this Purdue lineup. When Watts threw strike 1.
Yeah. 0-1, just outside, ball 1.
Okay, now you got to bounce back and win the 1-1 pitch.
The confidence that you get when you pair that up with the advantage. Throw in strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low outside corner, strike 2.
And again, you get that ball catches the edge. But you get that friendly zone when you're just filling up the zone. The umpire just like, wow, that had to be a strike. That's all he throws.
Iowa fans rise to their feet over to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Young. Fouled right back to us. We'll do it again.
So want that ball.
We haven't had any opportunities. All these stadiums are implementing the double net, the vertical and horizontal one that totally protects us up here.
Safety first. They know it's probably for our own good.
Yeah. We'll go again at 1-2. Young comes set. Here's the pitch. Called third strike. Jack Young strikes out the side and slams the door shut on the Boilermakers.
Dotted him up with a fastball. Maybe had a little chat with the Purdue dugout. Well done, Hawks, to bounce back from just probably the worst showing of the year on Friday night to come back and win the first Big Ten series. Very nicely done.
Iowa derails Purdue, throws the Boilermakers off the tracks, and wins the finale 9-6 to win the series. We'll be back right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Nestled on the rolling greens of the iconic Finkbine Golf Course, Bump's Restaurant is open to the public year-round. Whether you're swinging by after a round of golf or just in the neighborhood, Bump's is your go-to spot for scrumptious sandwiches, shareable appetizers, and mouth-watering pizzas. Quench your thirst with our selection of local craft beers. Or let our full bar serve you a refreshing cocktail to toast to your game. Or just because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Our happy hour from 2 to 6 p.m. is the perfect 19th hole. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram to catch catch our latest daily specials. And here's a little insider secret just for our radio listeners. Thursdays are not to be missed at Bumps Restaurant. It's BOGO Happy Hour. Buy one, get one free on select beverages from our happy hour menu. Whether you're a diehard golfer or just love a great meal with a view, Bumps Restaurant at Finkbine Golf Course is your destination. We're currently open Wednesday through Saturday. Swing on by today. Bumps at Finkbine Golf Course. Great food, great drinks, and the best views in town. See you at Bumps.
Iowa knocks off Purdue 9-6 this afternoon to win back-to-back games and take the series over Purdue and start conference play on the right foot. Didn't get the sweep, but anytime you're over 500, that's good news.
Well, you don't go on the road expecting a sweep and against a team that isn't a bad baseball team. You know, you're not going, hell, let's go take 3 at their place. You go win the series. Iowa put their backs up against the wall by dropping game 1, but man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys with multiple hits today.
Wow.
7 guys had 2 hits. Nobody had 3. Reese Moore was the only guy that had a hit that didn't have 2. And then Marcus Morgan wasn't sharp in spots, but he was very competitive. He kept battling, kept hanging around, kept hanging in there. Jack Whitlock cleaned up an inning for him and then threw a clean one. Anthony Watts was a little bit like Marcus, really good in spots, and then Jack Young came in and said, hey, how do you like me now?
Yeah, just some tweaks, just some things to slightly improve as the Hawks move forward in conference play. Offensively, Andy Nelson 2 for 4 today with a double, a home run, and 5 RBIs. Davis Kopp right behind him, 2 for 5, 3 runs batted in. Petey, Tello, Hennings, Wilmus, Seegers all did a great job for the Hawks, and that's what I think Coach Sutherland's talking about when he says we got to string things together, put together long innings, and instead of throwing up the one or leaving too many runners on base, take advantage and chip away and stack good at bats.
Well, and Purdue hit 1 guy, walked 2, so there wasn't a ton of free bases there. Now they made a few errors that got them off kilter there a little bit, but you know, Iowa really had to put those hits together. You saw the at-bats later on didn't string together as well, got a little sloppy at the end and maybe made it a little scarier than you wanted it to be. But overall, just an outstanding bounce-back performance after Friday night.
Jack Whitlock gets the win, improving to 2-2 on the season. Kyle Iwinski gets the loss for the Boilermakers. Jack Young, the save, his first of the season. And Iowa doesn't have a traditional closer. Thought it was going to be Zach Volker and Sam Hart to battle it out, but it's been Ben DeTay and Jack Young back-to-back saves for Iowa.
It's whoever needs to come in and get outs, and that's the beauty of the team is they're just, hey, we talked about that with Andy Nelson today. Hey, what do you need me to do? All right, I'm in. Let's do it.
And that's what Coach Heller talks about. As soon as the Hawks start playing together as a team, instead of more on the individual basis, things will come together. And that's what's happening for Iowa right now.
100%.
9-6, Iowa wins the finale over Purdue. Midweek game at Illinois State on Tuesday. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Chef Grunder, let's dive right into the machine shed. Fridays here mean all you care to have fried or broiled North Atlantic cod. Or try our bone-in seasoned catfish lightly fried. More of a salmon lover? Choose between the machine shed's white wine sauce or apple bourbon glaze. Our sauteed savory shrimp will satisfy your taste buds with Old Bay seasoning and Asiago cheese. Join us this Friday for seafood worth savoring at the Shed. Iowa 80 and Hickman Road, Urbandale, and Iowa 80 Northwest Boulevard, Davenport.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Iowa takes down Purdue 9-6 this afternoon and wins the series over the Boilermakers. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, congratulations on the win today.
Thanks, John.
All right, what stood out to you the most? What was your highlight?
Well, I think offensively, if you think about how the game started, we have a good at bat to lead off the game, and then we get hit by pitch with 2 strikes, and then we hit into a double play, and it felt a little bit like Friday. And I thought early, we had some opportunities, and we really were having pretty good at bats, but we didn't have anything to show for it. And your concern is the game is usually a little unrelenting in those situations where it feels like when you give up those opportunities early, you've squandered those. Really the times to score throughout the game. But I thought we just stayed on them offensively, and then certainly in the 4th, 5th, and 6th really took advantage when they went into the pen. Andy with a big hit. He had a great weekend. Another great day today. Davis has continued to really 2 weeks of just high-level production. But you just look up and down the lineup, and there was just a lot of production. Wilmus comes in, hasn't really gotten a start for a while. Had a hit yesterday late. 2 more today. Michael had a couple hits. So, we were able to execute. Some things worked out in our favor. We sent, put the runners in motion on Andy's, kind of got the third baseman moving. Michael executed a slash. So some things that, really worked for us offensively. And then on the mound, Marcus was better. His own worst enemy. You think back in the runs that they scored, it was just, we put guys on base. And, that's that. I think the one inning, they scored 2. I think there was 5 free bases that inning from him. And, but there were a lot of positive things out of that outing. And then Jack was really good. Whitlock was really good. Anthony had flashes, but again, kind of our own worst enemy there. And then Jack Young, what can you say about that kid, man? He's come into difficult spots time and time again, has come through and obviously slams the door shut there in the 9th of 3 punch-outs.
After Friday's game, Coach, it sounded like you and the staff maybe challenged the team a little bit. Let's get back to playing Iowa baseball. You think the last 2 games have been a lot closer to Iowa baseball? Yeah, and I think you do got to give credit to Morales, and he's a frustrating guy to face, and it's hard probably to describe for you guys, but just the tempo changes, he's really good at it. He's been doing it for a lot of years, and if the umpires are going to allow him to do some of that stuff, and it's fringy, it's a tough call for the umpires too, and he just gave us fits, and then when we got traditional looks, I thought we held the zone way better. We just punched out 4 times today, got a couple walks and a hit by pitch, and we bang out almost 30 hits in the last 2 games, and on a weekend that it wasn't great to hit, especially yesterday at the wind blowing out, a little better today with the crosswind, but just really happy with like you said, the resilience coming off of Friday, which was really disappointing across the board, really in every facet, and and that's what Coach Heller told them. It's like we got beat at everything that we care about. And, that's the disappointing thing. The losses, like we talked about on Friday, listen, you do this long enough, you lose plenty. And so that's not what gets you. It's just when you feel like you've given stuff to the other team a lot, and maybe you just don't fight in the manner in which you're used to watching our guys do. So from that standpoint, just a tremendous job of answering after a rough Friday. And that's life on the road. You get a road series in the Big Ten. It's a pretty great weekend. Well, congratulations on the win, Coach, and Illinois State up next on Tuesday. We'll see you then. You got it. Thanks, Sean. Get home safe. All right. Associate head coach Marty Sutherland on our post-game show from Alexander Field today. Iowa wins it 9-6. Let's relive some of the highlights. Huge opportunity for the Hawks now, down 2-1 in the 5th. Top of the order, here's Andy Nelson. Corners in for Purdue. First pitch, Andy drives it deep to left. Get going, baby. It is gone. Andy Nelson into the Purdue bullpen. Hawks lead. Boom. Here comes the 1-1. Ground ball left side through into left field. Will they test it? Yes. Peterson is rounding third. He will score with ease. RBI single. Davis Kopp through a huge gap on the left side. 5-2 Hawks. Boilermakers making some noise. Here comes the full count pitch from Whitlock. Runners take off. Swing and a miss. Whitlock. Hook, line, sinker. Got him. Runners take off. Andy rips it to third, through, down the line and left. Here comes Wilmus. Here comes Seegers. 2 RBI double. Andy Nelson. 1-1, Petey rips into left, base hit in front of Bolton. Here comes Nelson around third. He'll score. Throw goes into second base. RBI single for Sam Peterson. 8-3 Hawks. 2-2. Hit well into center. Kyle turning, running. Kyle sprinting. Kyle diving. Kyle making the play. A diving catch angled towards the track in left center. And Kyle the kid does it again. We'll go again at 1-2. Young comes set. Here's the pitch. Called third strike. Jack Young strikes out the side and slams the door shut on the Boilermakers.
Dotted him up with a fastball. Maybe had a little chat with the Purdue dugout. Well done, Hawks, to bounce back from just probably the worst showing of the year on Friday night to come back and win the first Big Ten series. Very nicely done.
Iowa derails Purdue, throws the Boilermakers off the tracks, and wins the finale 9-6. Big time series, big time win for Iowa to get to 2-1 in conference play. We'll be at Illinois State on Tuesday. First pitch is at 5 o'clock against the Redbirds. Pre-game coverage will start at 4:30 p.m. Central Time on the Hawkeye Radio Network. And then a big home series against Minnesota on Easter weekend. Would love to see you at Banks. If you can't make it to Banks, we'll have the audio coverage for you on the Hawkeye Radio Network as well. Good weekend overall for Iowa. Bounce back after a tough Friday and get 2 wins and win the series over the Boilermakers. All right, that'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball this weekend. For my board op, Michael, down the line. Great job, Michael. Thank you very much. My color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo saying so long from Alexander Field, where Iowa wins the game and wins the series. 9-6 Hawkeyes. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye. Some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Oak Knoll Retirement Community. Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited, the official travel partner of the Hawkeyes. And by Bud & Mary's. There's no THC cap on Iowa medical cannabis, and getting a card is fast and easy online. Get your medical card today. Visit budmary.com. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.